let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beers of the Week podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Cool Bed Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody's tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack a 6 o'clock and log you with some sirloin bites.
Well, hello. How are you today, everybody? Thank you very much for being here. Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you. YouTube travel along for the ride as well. And all you nasties already listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And those of you watching over on YouTube today, smash the thumbs up for your boys. We got a fun little Thursday show, a little bit of room to breathe on the show today. Gazdic's going to join us just after 7 o'clock. But outside of that, it's all fun and games and lots of your text messages this morning. Lots of stories from around the biz and a walk-in this morning for one Lieutenant Eric.
Oh, geez, yeah. The streets were alive. They were pulsating. They were. It was flowing, baby.
Was it scary at all to you? Did you get scared on the streets in the middle of the night?
I did jump once this morning, and it was because a bag flew into a fence.
Okay.
And it was one of those heavy
a windy
plastic,
day out there.
Yeah, a bit of a breeze, but I was. The good thing about this time of day is you can walk right in the middle of the street, and there's nobody around.
Yeah, that is kind of nice, isn't it? Yeah.
You own it, but yeah, it was.
Nobody tried to beat you up, though?
No.
Okay, good.
There were two gentlemen standing, drinking something, and one guy's like, Brian? And I was like, hey.
You should have said yes.
So if I was Brian, I could have gone with them.
Yeah.
And started a whole new life. This is that chaos theory, right? If I do this now,
Well, the water sometimes runs this way, but sometimes runs this way.
If I would have ran that way,
look at this.
Yeah, if I was Brian, I would have... Who knows what I would have gotten up to this morning, yeah.
So just two guys at 4:30 drinking on the street.
Couple guys, they were wearing funny hats, too.
What?
One guy had like one of those old RCMP Uncle Buck hats, like the furry hat. And a couple of ladies of the evening, if you will, out working. And a couple, I saw a lot of cops, too.
Did you?
But they just sped right past me. Didn't give me,
I wonder if these other people are now telling their friends today that they saw you on the street.
Oh, isn't that neat? Yeah.
We saw this guy. We thought it was Brian.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Like, that's their whole story. That's interesting.
I just wonder if they ever found Brian. After that, they moved on. Like, they were standing there waiting for him.
Yeah, you think that's what it was?
That's what it was. Yeah. And then when I said no, then they started walking away. So
imagine if Brian has a striking resemblance to you. And they're like, oh, sorry, you look just like our friend.
Well, and the thing is, I'm carrying a backpack, too. So I don't know what Brian's hauling.
Oh, well, probably got more booze in there, Brian would, for the boys.
Something.
Right?
Yeah, right. How was the theater last night?
I'm a big theater guy now.
You're a thespian.
I'm a big theater guy now. Marshall at one point looked behind us and was like, "Daddy, is that Reed Wilkins?" I said, "No, that's not Reed Wilkins."
He's just
It was
spotting Reed
funny.
Wilkins
It was a
out
guy with a gray beard, but he was completely bald. I was just like, "No, that's not Reed Wilkins." We went down to the Citadel Theater last night. Myself, Marshall, the Muzz, Marshall, the Muzz, and Tam, and we watched the Frozen Broadway show. And by the way, you're really going to want to be around for confessions next week. That's all I'll say. It's not related to me or my family. But we'll get to that next week. It's all I could think about last night. But I really enjoyed it. Like these people who do live performances are just so talented. Like they all absolutely nailed it.
Remember the lines?
Yeah. Oh man, it was. I think it'd been what do they say? A run of shows since like early February.
Look at you with the terminology. Hey,
yeah. I even wore like nice-ish clothes.
Sure.
I wore jeans and a button-up shirt, and I wore my suit jacket that has a hood on it. Because Tammy's like, "We're going to theater. You better dress nice."
Yeah,
I was like, "You got it." And then I could do without the intermission. Like it's like act 1, and then you wait for like 15 minutes, and then they get to act 2. I could have used that extra 15 minutes on the back end for work and sleep. But overall, the kids loved it. It was a late night for them.
Yeah.
They didn't get home till like just after 10:30.
Yeah.
The kids were like, "This is the 7th longest I've ever stayed up."
The 7th?
It's like Marshall
Top
is
10.
Marshall is Steve Buscemi in Big Daddy when he's got the little notepad with sausage McMuffins and other free things that he's got. Marshall's got like one of those for when he gets to stay up late. He'll be like, February 26th, 10:45 p.m. Like he keeps track of that stuff. So they were very excited to be up late last night. But overall, I mean, I could get used to going to theater like once every 6 months.
Did you sit in one of those boxes like the
No.
two men from the Muppet Show?
The
or whatever?
Citadel didn't. It's a nice, cool, like downtown. I was obviously nervous about going downtown, and So I was like, look after my family, no matter what.
High anxiety.
Oh yeah, very,
Going down,
very.
like,
Oh yeah, it just is.
Tammy's holding your hand.
It just is. Like she's on the
we'll do
map.
this.
She's like, this is where you have to turn. I was like, you led me to a one-way. I can't go this way. I have to go all the way around now.
Kids are crying.
Oh yeah, Marcia's like, Daddy, are we even going to get to the pizza, to the pasta place? So yeah, it was. But overall, it was a pretty fun night. I got out of there so smooth.
Good.
Like,
That's good.
had a good parking spot, got out, boom, done. From like the moment the play ended till getting back home on the west end, west of the Henday, like 18 minutes.
It's one thing
I
you
was
go to those
flying.
events to find a parking spot, but then to also get that one where you know the exit is going to be.
Oh, it was just out to the right.
You're laughing.
Boom, God,
Yeah,
I parked in that lot right behind Ruth's Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's a word I would have liked to heard Trev say as a young child with a lisp. Ruth's Chris.
That's the big enemy.
Anyway, that's where I
Boss,
parked. I
final
managed
boss.
to get out right away. It was terrific. Actually, last night downtown wasn't that intimidating. It really wasn't. I felt like a real protector of my family last night downtown. It was a good time.
You guys have been saying that for a while now.
But
And-
being intimidated by downtown?
No, but I've
I'm
never
not.
No, I
I'm
am.
embarrassed to ask what that is. A Ruth's.
Ruth's Chris.
Ruth Chris.
What is that?
It's
Ruth's
a
Chris
it's
Steakhouse.
It's a fancy steakhouse.
Steakhouse.
serious?
You go and get
It's a real
steak.
fancy steakhouse.
Yeah.
In Edmonton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Here, downtown.
okay.
Yeah, it's downtown.
It's Ruth's
People eat
Chris's,
steak when they
Ruth's
go
Chris's-
downtown.
Okay.
but it's Ruth's Chris's Steakhouse.
Yeah. They're in other places too, aren't they?
Yes, but
Pretty
it's
sure.
Ruth's Chris's.
It's not Ruth's Chris?
I don't know.
I mean,
I just like saying it as many
all
times
I know,
as
if
can.
I ever got to
Okay.
go on Stav's show, I'd get a gift certificate.
But the story behind it,
I
like
don't know.
it used to be Ruth's,
Come on.
or it used to be one of the two, and now they've added the other one because the other one bought it or something, and now that's why it's like possessive.
Imagine if a guy
It's
named
Ruth's Chris Steak. It used to be called Chris Steakhouse, and now it's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
So if a guy named Steve bought it, or Garth, for example, it'd be
Garth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Well, I guess now, yeah, you'd have to keep the Ruth's as a tradition, but if Ruth never got in the picture and it was just Garth, it would have been Garth's Chris Steakhouse.
But it was just Chris's Steakhouse before.
I think that's
You know what? I'll
yeah.
say this. Ruth's Chris sounds way fancier than just Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Chris with a CH if you're
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the details. But
Huh. I wonder if they saw what they were doing at Mr. Mike's and they're just like, well, I'm just going to call my place Chris. That's it. Maybe that's what it was. Anyway, downtown wasn't intimidating as I thought it was going to be.
who'd you take making a steak, Mike or Chris? It's Mike every day.
I would go with a Mike.
Yeah.
Speaking of meats being made by people.
Oh.
So I'm down at
You missed one. You missed
Boston Pizza yesterday, thanks to Aaron and Bill and a few others.
And YouTube Trev for giving me the hot tip.
YouTube Trev gave me the way to scam some Thai chicken bites, essentially. And you know what? I will say this. I think I actually like the regular original Thai chicken bites more than the Thai chicken boneless wings.
Yes.
I think the chicken's breaded a little bit differently.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of flavor difference,
Yeah.
but for the most part,
Different part
it's
of the bird.
80% the same.
Yeah, still
thing.
a nice little scam.
Yes.
Although I didn't even, they
save $7.
They usually give me a tab there anyway, so I didn't even have to save anything. So I guess I could have just got regular Thai chicken
no, you
bites.
definitely
But I
could've.
wanted to scam the system, so I did that. So anyway, I'm at the Namale Boston Pizza. By the way, Tommy's at Westgate Boston Pizza tonight for pre and post, and then Tommy and I are actually Westgate for an oil stream, like in the noon hour in March. So you have to pop by for that.
Yeah.
But what did I miss here yesterday? What went down yesterday? Speaking of guys named Mike who make meat.
Well, Mike, the Michigan fan, and maybe it's better because you're a Notre Dame Irish fan. That's probably why he came by. He didn't want to feed the Irish
sense.
fan.
Yeah. Too good.
Yeah. So he was also at the Fun Spiel. He was the gentleman that sponsored the doubles board. So he comes in. He's got a few prizes to pick up. And he sent in some photos earlier yesterday during the show of him smoking some.
I saw those lurk
some
in
meat
there.
and
Yeah.
cheese, and I was like, okay, well, but I didn't pay it no thought. I was like, well, congratulations, you're gonna have a nice lunch. And then he pops by here, and then Zach loved it because he was wearing his Red Wings garb. Like Mike is a Michigan, not just the Wolverines. He's a Detroit Red Wings, the whole bit. But he came in wearing shorts, because it's so warm out, and brought us 2 types of cheese, seasoned. Do you know the seasoning on that? It was like a garlic something or other. I can't recall. Mike, if you're listening, let us know. But the riblets, just smoked, seasoned well, and I got on that thing. Like sometimes
You said you were a hungry guy, hey?
I was really hungry yesterday for some strange, and it's funny how that universe kind of works there. But you can't, when I like dive, you want to be like, oh, looks. I couldn't help myself. Like I got right.
Hunger is interesting, right? Like sometimes you're hungry, sometimes you're not.
It was ruling me, but delicious. And we all, even Brundon came in, got his fingers a little dirty. We were all engaging.
Except for one person. And we'll get to that with That Hurts coming up around 6:45.
And I'll say this too, a great choice of cracker.
The toppable.
But I was reading the French side, and I was like, what are these terrapines? I had never heard of this type of cracker before. Then I turned it around. But yeah, just you missed out.
You made the claim earlier, best food drop-off we've ever had.
And we've had a lot.
And we've had a lot of great cookies and things that have been dropped off.
You all kill it, but this was a cut above. Speechless. I mean, we were all around.
And no leftovers.
It was like a pack of hyenas on a gazelle corpse in the Serengeti.
I love that.
We were just.
I hope when I'm scrolling on TikTok later and looking at all of those videos, the video of you guys getting on those ribs pops up.
It'll be in the algorithm.
Yeah, it'll be in my algorithm now.
Yeah.
That's man. I'm glad. I'm sad I missed that. I'm sad I missed that yesterday. But Mike, the Michigan fan, thanks for being such a nice guy. And also, thanks for giving me the idea of standing up and using a stick when curling next year. I'm totally going to try that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was lights out. He was lights out with the curling stick. It looked like a pretty good time. All right, the Nielsen Show is brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev. And if you're like, oh, I don't know if my vehicle's in tip-top shape or not. Well, they are doing right now 79-point full vehicle inspections. The first 10 people to call and book with the code EST will get your inspection for free. For free. Regular cost of $160, but you'll get it for free if you call and book with the code EST. The number is 780-998-7883. That's 780-998-7883. Use the code EST when you call that number. You'll get a $160 value completely free for a 79-point inspection. And then when you get that inspection and it comes back with like a clean bill of health, text us and be like, I did it, boys. All 79 points
All
checked.
79, yeah, high score.
Yeah, you know what? I bet you many of you probably are going to get like 71 out of 79 or something.
Should keep track.
Yeah. Marshall came home the other day and was like, Daddy, I got 0 out of 4 on a long division test today. I said, what? And he goes, but I never learned long division before. And he'd like missed the last 3 days of school, like whenever this test went down. And that's when they learned long division. Then he came back and they're like, here's the long division test. And he had no idea. Like it just looked like gibberish to him. Couldn't figure it out.
But he gave it a shot, though.
Gave it a shot, failed miserably. But now he's getting better at it. So that's good. Now, with that being said, if I put down a long division question in front of you right now, could you still do it?
Probably.
You know, like with the bracket and stuff?
Yeah, I think I could.
I'm not sure if I
think I could with the remainder.
Yeah. I would probably take like one. They'll do one and then it would come back.
Try me.
But okay, let's see here.
Try me. Then you go on with hosting the. I'll try to solve the equation.
I'm gonna go. So you put the smaller number on the outside? Is that how it works? I can't even.
This is your game. You can do whatever.
I can't even remember.
You don't have to. I mean, there's no rules in math. Hey,
is this how it looked? Is this
sure?
How it looked?
I think so.
So I don't even know what this. Let's go. There, do that.
Oh, that's a big one.
I know. I don't know how that would work. So Eric's trying to do long division of 273 divided by 12. I think. Is that what that means? I think that's what.
Oh, that's a 12.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not great at writing numbers.
Oh, I can't.
I don't even know the first step. Anyway, let's see if Eric can figure that out. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. We'll lay out the whole show here for you. The text will get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox at 780-218-9999. You can't Google it.
No,
You're
I'm not.
Googling it.
I'm not.
Are you Googling long division right now?
Well, how many times does 12 go into 273?
That's what we're trying to figure out, yeah. But you have to do it the long division ways.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you're supposed to go into the 27 or the 73 or what.
I'm going to marshal this one. I got to tell you, I
don't know
zero me, baby.
I don't know how this will work either.
Because how many times it goes into there, and then you write that number on top, and then that number is multiplied by 12, and then then it gives you the remainder. But I don't know how many times.
I mean, it's over 20, I think, somehow.
It is a head scratch.
But, yeah.
It's something.
Anyway, long division isn't easy. Marshall, you win, buddy.
Who needs it?
Daddy fully supports you.
God, that's embarrassing. Thought I still had it.
Mikey is in and says 13 with the remainder of 7.
Sure,
okay.
I'll trust you.
Guess.
It sounds right.
I guess. Hey, Mikey, sounds good, nerd.
Yeah.
What a loser. This guy, hey? That's funny. All right, let's lay out the show for you here. We'll continue. Fan Zone for Fans First coming up 6:30. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your level of panic for the Mighty Oil right now?
Is 10 the highest?
Dun, 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 dun. 10 would be the highest.
Okay.
1 would be they're going to win the cup, essentially. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So where are you in there? We'll get to that on the Fan Zone. That hurts coming up. Which staff member turned down Mike the Michigan fan's ribs yesterday? You can guess who it is, but we'll discuss why and also how we are somewhat impressed.
There's a stick-to-itness that you just have to respect. Salute.
You have to respect it. Luke Gazdic's going to pop by just after 7 o'clock. Could things get worse for the Oil before they get better? We'll get Gazdic's thoughts on that. I got beef for Acme Meats around 7:30 today. What do you have beef with? You can text those in. We'll also get to our Cool Bet EST parlay for tonight's game as well. Well, they're around 7:25. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. 2 American media insiders didn't come to blows, but had words at a Starbucks over different sources.
In Indianapolis.
The United States, I mean, the media is just different down there. When they sign like a new contract, it's a big deal and it's for like millions of bucks. And then guys are at Starbucks being like, we need to have a talk. No, we don't need to have a talk. It's, anyway, it's kind of ridiculous. But we'll get to that because they were fired up, obviously.
That type of thing never happens here.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. That's a good for the Italian Center. Scalding hot takes coming up as well. Marmot Basin Snow Report, and then the wrap for William Huff. The troll is in and says, was it Tommy Gazzola because his new girlfriend turned him vegan? Can you imagine that? It's not Tommy. If Tommy would have been here, he would have got in on those ribs. Hey, didn't he? What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have had a couple. Is he, what status on him? Is day-to-day still? Or are we We're not LTIR in the guy.
He's going to be in today.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be on location for the
Boston Pizza Westgate.
Boston Pizza Westgate.
4 o'clock.
Tommy would never miss an on location at a pub. Well, I guess yesterday he did. But he still joined me virtually.
He loves the Westgate, though.
Yeah,
He loves Westgate.
They're his people.
He's a Westgate boy.
They'll have a bunch of prizes. Tony! That crew will have a bunch of prizes
As
tonight,
per
too.
the text yesterday, more giveaways than Evan Bouchard.
Yeah,
At
that
the
was a
Westgate
good text.
BPs.
Could have been a good hot take today as well. Tom Dixon's mustache is guessing that Milne will not eat another man's meat because Milne's a big smoker guy too. Same with Gager.
Yes, can confirm, but we did save some riblets for Milne, correct? I think some were put away at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did save some for Glue Guy.
And I'm sure he came in and
But
enjoyed them.
what about Dusty?
Because
Well, you were coming in
You
at
were-
all.
He
coming-
had them yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys saved them. They're in the fridge, and you're like, they're for Glue Guy. You can't try them. I was like, what?
No. They
What is
wouldn't
this?
last that long.
no,
Oh,
we
okay.
saved like 5 for him.
Did he like them?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Gager brought his own. He was
like,
cooking
"This
up a storm.
tremendous."
He had wings or something?
Gager cooked some wings. We had some really good wings yesterday as well. He's like,
On a
"Trev,
Wednesday, this went down
help
around here.
yourself." I'm like, thank you. And great wings as well. Oh, it
Zach must have been loving yesterday.
was Zach. Yeah, Zach was all over the cheese.
This is like an anaconda taking down a pig.
Yeah.
Just gonna say like an anaconda. It was unbelievable.
All right. The Parachuters inbox is hilarious this morning. Love that. Let's get into your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Yukon and McCord every single morning. Guaranteed neither of those guys could have done that long division question today. And Jess
Those
Jackson.
jokers?
Jess Jackson on the way home every single afternoon. Winnipeg Jets did it again. 11 in a row.
And the Ottawa Senators did it again. 5 in a row.
Yeah, 5 in a row on
I
the
mean,
other side.
those are two teams going in opposite directions. Yeah, 87 points now.
They're running away with the West. There's some good teams in the West. The Jets are running away with the West.
Stars are trying to keep. They're just trying. God bless them.
How many points are they behind the Jets right now?
11.
Yeah,
I mean 7-2-1, and they're past 10 as well. Like they. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this is. But again, running away with the West for a first round exit. Hey.
Yeah. Oh
So-
boy. No man. Look,
I know.
I want to see Winnipeg versus another Canadian team,
That'd be great.
and it looks like maybe that's what we'll get. But I think the Jets will walk over either the Canucks or the Flames. Like,
You should. Yeah.
I think so. After that, who knows? But 11 in a row. Didn't they start the year like 14-2 or something as well?
Mhm.
Like they've had a couple of absolutely amazing runs. The Los Angeles Kings actually lost in overtime at home to the Vancouver Canucks.
19-3-3 now on home ice.
That cost us our lock shot partner parlay yesterday.
E.
We had the Avs and Devils over 5.5. That hit 6. We had the Jets, and then we wanted the Kings, and they just missed on it. So
Connor
that was,
Garland.
the
rears his
overtime
ugly neck
overtime
again.
hero, that
Yeah.
stupid little neck guard.
That neck.
But at least it's
thick
safe.
neck.
At least it's safe.
What a neck. You're not that guy.
We
You're not that guy, pal.
we
You're not that guy.
we uploaded the chamber video last night. It's almost at 1,000 views already, actually.
Yes.
Trev, it's getting a nice little bump over there on YouTube, isn't it? Like when we upload a video like we did with that one yesterday, when you like it and you comment on it, that keeps it going, doesn't it, Trev? Like
It absolutely does. Especially liking. Like the more you like our content, the more YouTube, the algorithm will be like, oh, people like this. So they'll push it out more and more and more. And the last time we did a video, the interview with Reed Wilkins, that short, it also did really well. So
yeah, hit like 1,600 or something like that.
yeah, so I think it's the Nasties like this kind of content. So
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll have to
that's-
do more.
green arrows. That's all I was looking at. in
That's what you
analytics.
love, the
I said
green arrows.
and I love looking at green arrows. Not
Okay.
a single red one.
Okay, good. So anyway, if you're one of our YouTube folks, make sure you go to our YouTube page, click videos, and you'll see the chamber video upload. The chamber folks loved it. They asked me to send a copy over because they want to post it.
A hard copy.
Yeah.
Like they.
I'm dubbing it onto VHS after the
love
show
it.
today.
I love
and
it.
I'm taking it over to them. So yeah, they really loved it. They're going to post it somewhere. So that's kind of nice to see. But yeah, hop over there and hammer that thumbs up on that video for us, and we can. I think, as they say, take it to the moon. That's it. Take it to the moon. Let the video be among the stars. I think it's Sinatra, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think it is.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Fly me to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. What did I say? Take it to the moon. Well, I'm doing a little parody.
Same
of it,
thing.
right? So we're 5 away from changing 100 as well. But yeah, check out that video, and we'll see where we go next. I would love to bang out like one of those a month, at least one every 2 months, but one a month would be good if we can come up with like a funny sort of concept. I like the idea of them all starting with the outside shot of the building and EST Global headquarters. And you're like, what is going on inside here right now? So
Very Dunder Mifflin-esque.
yeah, well, hey, it worked out well for The Office.
Yeah.
That show had a pretty good run. Now, I've never started and watched it like start to finish, but I think I've seen like 90% of the episodes.
You
know
don't
what I mean?
need the D'Angelo Vickers stuff is okay.
That's Farrell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the earlier stuff is great. I mean, when they do the Dundies at the Applebee's or Chili's or whatever, I mean, it's high quality stuff.
Surveyor Brett says it's 22 with a remainder of 9. So we've got debates on this because somebody else said it was 23 with a remainder of 7.
Somebody texted, did you see that? One-Eyed Pete. He texted in a photo of the work.
Did he really?
Yeah.
One-Eyed Pete. Okay, let's see.
Look
here.
at One-Eyed Pete's. And
There it
he
is.
does it all, yeah. And that's kind of
Okay.
it makes sense looking at it.
So you divide the 12 into the 27, you get 2. 2 times 12 is 24. You
And
put
then
that
you put
underneath,
that
you bring it down,
3.
it's 33. Oh, yeah.
How
Okay,
many
I kind
times
of
does that
remember
go to
this.
that, and then yeah. Like we just needed a bit of a refresher.
Yeah, so he
It's
got
in there somewhere, you know?
22.75. Pretty neat, eh?
Yeah.
Tube Socks is in and says, guys, how about a conch for the amazing life and career of Gene Hackman, who sadly passed away. Yeah, that I saw that. That does suck. He had some legendary roles in sports movies for sure.
Right.
Also, I replied yesterday to Norman at Combine in the afternoon, but I'm not sure we ever gave out that conch for Sticky Rice yesterday.
Everything went fine, I
Everything
guess.
went good. Apparently, she's good to go, so that's good.
Spinal rice.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Atif in the Parachuters inbox today says, I went to a Chamber of Commerce meeting once, and they told me, sorry, sir, you can't come in. I said, why? And they said, you have to be a member. And I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Did you see his prior text? Atif Crisp Steakhouse.
All right, let's get to the update. Fun segment's over.
You did it again, Wheels.
Let's get to the update with Lieutenant Eric. On the other side, the Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. On a scale of 1 to 10, where's your panic at right now?
And how fragile.
Where's it? Oh, jeez, careful! Don't use the F word around here. What's your panic level at right now on the Mighty Oil? And then we'll get to that hurts for James H. Brown around 6:45 today, maybe 6:50ish. Which staff member did not have any of Mike the Michigan fan's ribs? And how is it almost somewhat impressive that he continues to do this?
Quite a streak.
We'll get to that before 7 o'clock. Lou Gazdic just after 7 o'clock as well. The full Jaunty is in and says, oh my God, the chamber short is hilarious. Well done. And nice to get a glimpse of the EST offices. This is Jaunty Victoria. You know, just slide on over on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up on the chamber video that we uploaded last night. And that'll continue to push it out there to everybody else who likes funny stuff. All right, here's the sports update with LT.
Action from the NHL last night saw the Jets defeat the Senators 4-1. Winnipeg have now won 11 in a row, while Ottawa dropped its 5th straight. Avalanche over the Devils 5-1. Nathan McKinnon scoring twice. And Connor Garland scored a second of the game in overtime, leading the Canucks over the Kings 3-2. Oilers, they'll look to snap a 4-game slide tonight against the Panthers. You can join Tom Gazzola at the Westgate Boston Pizza for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starting at 4 o'clock here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Oilers and Cats, one of 12 games around the NHL tonight. Oilers yesterday claiming defenseman Travis Dermott via waivers from Minnesota and assigning him to Bakersfield. The Edmonton Oil Kings, meanwhile, they drop one in Brandon 4-1 to the Wheat Kings. Their road trip will continue tomorrow in Prince Albert and wrap up Sunday in Saskatoon. Tyrese Halliburton had 33 points and 11 assists, leading the Pacers over the Raptors 111-91. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he had 27 as the Thunder got back in the win column, 129-121 over the Nets. The Lakers will host the Timberwolves in one of 5 games around the NBA tonight. Up next, the Fan Zone for Fans First here on Hour 1 of the Nielson Show on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Very impressive. Taken a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine. That's why it's the Stanley Cup. It's hard. It's hard.
Party all the time. My girl wants to party all the time. Yes, she does.
It's hard.
It's hard, for sure. And somebody over in the chat says, are we just going to gloss over the fact that Dusty's got a caramel keg in the thumbnail picture today?
Oh, another gift for Mike the Michigan fan.
Now, the person in that text did say Dusty's got a large caramel cake. It's not it. That's not the large. Those are the small eggs that come in a bag. And Mike, I appreciate it. I had like 4 of them before the show this morning. But I'm still searching for the big egg. The big one. The one that comes in the same size as those damn Cadbury cream eggs.
I might have a line on that.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about this.
Maybe. And that's Andrea from Calgary with the hot tip.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, the search continues.
Could be an Easter miracle. Right? Like,
you know what? There have been some other miracles on Easter. But why not this?
Why not?
Why not this one, hey?
It's not even Ash Wednesday yet.
With the party all the time, the banana reference, what's the perfect banana for you?
I hate them.
Oh, you don't have
the
any
perfect banana for me is blended into a drink, a smoothie. Yeah, I love drinking them, hate eating them.
You know, I do like strawberry banana smoothies.
It's that penicillin-y smell. I just like to drink it and get it down.
Okay.
I can't stand they've got that.
I love
texture to them. Oh, just,
Trev, what's your favorite? Like, when do you want? Like, because I like a banana that is yellow with like a couple of brown spots on it. Because usually when you open that one up, it's not like bruised on the inside yet. It's just, anyway, Trev, what's when do you like your bananas?
No, I can tell you're a banana professional because that is the best banana.
It is, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't eat
fully yellow peel, couple of brown
little
spots.
bit of brown on there. That's
banana
the most
softer.
flavorful.
It's ready to go. It's so good.
So
It's like a mush.
good.
Yeah,
I don't
so
eat
good.
bananas as much as I did because when I was going through all those stomach issues that I had with the hot wings, that's all I could eat was bananas essentially. So,
really?
For like 3
So you're
to
like
4
Curious
years.
George for 4 years.
yeah, you're like a monkey.
A banana, 2 bananas a day. It was tough. And so looking at them now, I'm like,
but if you had found a perfect one,
yes,
you would.
I'll eat it. It's a nice treat for me.
You like
every now
that?
and then.
Yeah, I like to do. Like when we get bananas, you usually don't find them at the store, like with the little brown.
You have to wait.
You have to wait. So I always wait, and I'll stare at him in the pantry like 4 or 5 times a day. I'll pop in, and I'll be like, "Tammy, the banana freckles are coming. The banana freckles are coming." And then I'll get in on the banana, and it's pretty tasty.
It's delicious.
I had one this morning, but it was there's like still a little bit of green on the outside.
It's
and
weird.
Just, I don't get it.
Way
Man.
different taste, hey?
Yeah, it's different. It's not even like the same thing.
It's hard.
Frustrates me. When they are green, they are harder.
It's soft.
It's hard. All right,
fragile.
Let's dive into the fan zone for fansfirst.ca. Oilers return home next week, and if you want tickets for those games at the best damn price you're going to find, you're going to do it at fansfirst.ca. By fans, for fans, no fees. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's get serious here for a second. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your level of panic with the Oilers on a 4-game slide right now? Trev, let's start with you, buddy. What's this panic meter at? 1 is, don't worry, they're still going to win the cup. And 10 is, McDavid's going to leave. What's the level of panic?
Oh, yeah. As far as like the McDavid one, that one's kind of I'm a little bit more panicked about that one maybe right now.
Don't worry,
but,
he's not going anywhere, buddy.
I hope so. But I'd probably say as far as like as a team going into the playoffs, they're going to make the playoffs. It's a slump. Every good team goes through this. But for the first time in a long time, I've seen a team go through one of these and it's stuck and it hasn't really changed. And you saw that with the New York Rangers, who won the President's Trophy last year. They were the best team, and no one was talking about them at all. And then this year, they kind of started pretty good. They did. They started really good, and then it was just it was not good at all. So I don't want that to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm probably at like a 2 or 3. As far as
so
panic
yeah,
goes.
you're not.
I'm not
panicking.
panicked. I'm not panicked.
I don't really care enough
I'm annoyed.
to panic. But I would think fans' panic level would be.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're only at 2 or 3, buddy.
Because I've seen this before.
Yeah.
That's why. I've seen this before.
That's
My whole
probably
life.
where it should be. Like I'm seeing Kirk over in the Nasty Chat says 11.5 out of 10. So he's full-blown panicking, thinking that this could be the end. Brock is at a 3. Library Pat says panic level is at a 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Andrew
stop
the accountant.
digging the damn hole tonight.
Andrew the accountant also at a 3.
Oh, okay.
3 seems like a popular number right now.
Very smart. Smart people. Let's say 3. 2 as well. Amish man. Very smart.
Yeah, I don't see anybody really being a few guys are pretty. X-Ray J says 12 over in the chat. I don't think you should be above like a 4 right now. Honestly, like I think teams go through slides. Some other good teams have lost 4 games in a row this year. Actually, we should really be talking about is the fact that they haven't lost 4 in a row for such a long time. Like, that's really impressive. That's a sign of a great hockey team.
And maybe that's why somebody's panic is so high, because you haven't been here in so long or before. Is this the first one under Knobloch?
Yep.
For such a long,
Yeah. Easy E says 6 and also says Jeff Jackson has ruined this team in one off season.
Shoggy and St. Albert also at a 6.
He's at a 6 as well.
He says just like the 6-game losing streak when they come back from the road.
Ooh. I mean, maybe. Do you guys think things could get worse tonight than they've been in the last 3 games?
I think they could.
You think they will?
I don't think they will.
No, you think they'll play well tonight?
I could see them losing tonight, but playing better.
Well, they have to play better. If they play as bad as they have these last 3 games tonight, these people who are texting and like Trev tomorrow will be at a 7.
I don't want to talk.
Like if they mail it in tonight again and Trev turns it off at the end of the second period because they're down 4-1, Trev, your 2 jumps to at least a 4 or a 5, does it not? It's the Florida Panthers. How can they not get up for this game?
And seeing that's the thing that panics me and worries me is like just the
get up,
just the battle effort, like the effort. Like there's just been no effort. I think Belsey said it, the give a crap-a-meter on the hangout yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's at a 0 right now. There's no drive right, and I don't know why they can't get up for these games.
They don't need to.
And seeing like that's the thing. It's like it's getting into that mindset. They put themselves in positions where it's like, okay, now push come to shove. Now we need to show up, and it's like they can dial it in. But I hate that they always have to resort back to that option.
And that doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't.
That's a
You're playing with
risky
fire
game to play. Yeah.
To
dial it back in.
Troll is in and says, are you guys concerned at all that they don't have enough speed for when things ramp up in the playoffs? Yeah, they're slower than they were last year. So I think this team will have to win games in a little bit of a different fashion than they did last year. And let's also see what they address at the deadline. There's still options to move things around. Orca drivers in and says he's at about a 3 to 4 on the panic scale. They have issues on the blue line and forward grit. Not sure that can be solved by a trade. Where I would say that I think that can be solved by trades. You can trade for a forward or 2 with a little bit of grit and put them in your bottom 6. And you have to trade for a defenseman.
Yeah.
Like they are not rolling in where they shouldn't. My God, they shouldn't. But they should not roll into the playoffs with Klingberg and Dermott as their 2 mid-season additions on the blue line.
I was waiting for you to get to the Dermott acquisition.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk anymore about Dermott being reclaimed. Nature Boys, and it says if they lay an egg I need tonight. YouTube Trev will be giving himself a second nosebleed of his life if they lay an egg tonight.
In the
Trev
tub.
at home, just
In the tub.
I had a nosebleed yesterday.
Yeah, right, hey?
Yeah.
But don't you say you get them when you're sick or something? You were going off on that the other day.
It's usually like a few days after I drink.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, the
But
Super Bowl.
like I had a beer at lunch, and then those chili Thai chicken wings. And I don't know. Sometimes it's spicy food. I'll get a little bit of a bleeder, but that wasn't spicy.
You ate your lunch, didn't burp, had some spicy food, then
Went home and got a bleeding nose.
And all because you probably had anxiety of driving downtown.
That's probably what it was. I was too worried about having to drive downtown last night on like a quiet.
You're a wild ride.
A quiet Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Like when we were driving, Tam had the map up with like 3 ways to get downtown, and I was like, "Which one should I choose?" Like it was a bomb, and I had to cut the blue bloody wire. And then I ended up taking White Mud to Fox, and then down across the bridge.
Beautiful.
I drove past the baseball stadium. Everyone was like, "Oh, the Riverhawks." And,
A real night out, hey? Yeah. Like
it was a late
you don't
night.
get
We were
down
down.
those causeways too often.
Ryan from SK is in and says, if they lay an egg tonight, someone might have to sit beside Hernan with their hand on his shoulder during the postgame show.
He's going to be, I know he's got a little gray. He's going to be full gray by the end. Like he will be.
He's going to be like when Todd McClellan came here. Remember when McClellan came here?
That
Still had
beaver
some color
pelt
in his
was
hair?
real nice. And then he let it just snow
gray.
white. Yeah. Here at Tube Socks, plot twist, the Oilers mail it in, but somehow pull off the win anyways.
You know why? Because Skinner stands on his head. Oh!
Which one?
Both of them. I am worried about Hernan with playoff post games. Trev, you were there last year. You were on the playoff post games last year. Like, I don't see Hernan handling like 1,000 people on YouTube live at the same time.
He can't handle.
And the chat is just going so fast. You look like you're trying to stare into the Matrix. And Hernan's like melting down after a 3-1 game 2 loss.
Because he sees each and every one.
That
and they all
alone, like-
they're all little arrows, and they all just bing, bing, bing right into him.
This is nothing but a little appetizer for Hernan. Like if he thinks this is bad, just wait. You don't know what's coming.
RBM over in the chat. This came in a little bit earlier. I wanted to get to it. The Oilers picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, which is a great line from Airplane. Terrific line from me. You probably haven't seen Airplane, hey, Trev? It's a comedy from back in the day that hasn't really aged well for 2025, but is still pretty
And
damn
that was
funny.
a reaccurring line, was it not? Looks like I picked the
one
wrong
guy
week
looks
to,
like I picked the wrong week. Yeah,
to do this and that and, and the rest.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Sask Bill is in at a 6.5.
The word was panic, right? Panic level.
Panic level.
So panic, I mean, there's concern. And I think as YTT said, the general overview concern is this style of just flipping it on and flipping it off.
If you're watching on YouTube this morning, hammer the thumbs up for us. I think there's an outside chance, if many of you are paying attention over there, that we could change 200 by 7 o'clock. So we are, coincidentally, we're 69 away from doing that. So hammer the thumbs up for us.
Changing 100.
Guys should be more concerned about how they lost the last 4 games, not that they did lose the last 4 games. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's why people are so concerned.
Yeah. If you were seeing an effort level and it was
if they had lost
4-3
2 in
or a
overtime,
couple,
and,
no,
like their last regulation
happens.
win, and this is a little bit of an unfair stat, just because they had 10 days off, but their last regulation win was a month ago, January 28th, I think. It's February 27th. They've won in overtime a couple of times. In fact, they haven't won in regulation since Klingberg started playing. And I don't know if that is directly linked to Klingberg. I don't think it is. Like, I don't want to hang this all just on Klingberg, but they haven't won in regulation since Klingberg started playing games.
It's a marker.
Well, it's just like it's a point.
That long ago. Yeah.
So take that for what it's worth. But I think that kind of goes to show that you do need to acquire some other defenseman. The Bumba guy says, surely they will turn it around after the road trip. I think they will, the Bumba guy. and don't call me Shirley. I think that's what he was. That's what he was looking for, right?
That's what he was going for.
That's also a line from Airplane Trev, who thought it was the funniest thing over there. Trev's just like, oh my god, Trev, you got to watch Airplane. Then it's.
I think I do. That was clever.
Yeah, we've got to get them to the hospital. What is it? It's a big building where people go and get checked up. Like it's just.
That's good.
It's
That's
funny. It's a funny. It's. Yeah, Lloyd Bridges was the guy who stopped sniffing glue the wrong week. Like, and Leon's getting larger. That guy was funny too. All right, that's the Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. Get your tickets today. We'll continue this Oilers conversation, obviously, with Luke Gazdic. He's going to be by for Pro-Am Sports just after 7 o'clock. If you are listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at edmontonsportstalk.com, please send the link to EST to all of your friends so they too can join in on the fun as we push our way down the stretch of the regular season and into the playoffs. All right.
Mike, the Michigan fans texted in.
Good.
So showing us the rubs that he used for the cheese. It's
really?
Very nice. Yeah.
Good, because we're about to transition into that conversation, actually.
Yes, it's going to be a tough one.
Oh, yeah, there they are. Geez, even those containers look tasty.
Yeah, you can just lick your finger and dip them in there. Like a fun dip.
All right, that hurts for James H. Brown. The heavy hitters of injury law. If you've been injured in an accident, go to jameshbrown.com. Get your private consultation booked. They've got over 200 years of experience. Trent is a very well-dressed man, and they'll get you the settlement you deserve at James H. Brown. www.jameshbrown.com. It is That Hurts. And this is this hurts me a bit because I wasn't even here and didn't have the chance to get in on Mike the Michigan fans' meat drop-off yesterday. Somebody who was here refuses to do what?
And it goes back to the old place. This is the dawn of time. I remember the first time that I stumbled upon this. And I was like, you don't do what? Matthew Iwanek,
of course,
does not eat listener food. That's the quote. That's what we call listener food.
Like the listener drop, the cookies, the Christmas treats,
soups,
nothing,
sandwiches.
He never has, not once.
Never.
Have you ever caught him once doing this?
Never.
I wonder what it would take.
Now, people have brought in stuff at the old place, and you know, some of it's lots of things. But like Christmas time, baking. I mean, everybody any job you're at, people bring in baking. People bring in things, you know, and you're kind of baking. Like everybody will eat a cookie, a sugar cookie or something in the holidays. You know, people don't bring riblets all the time. That's a rarity. But even more so yesterday, you would think that he would take advantage of that. But never, not once, nothing. Doesn't matter the person, doesn't matter the dish, doesn't matter the time of year, doesn't matter anything. He's never done it. And there have been some great looking. Yesterday, to me, here at least at EST,
I thought he would have got into that.
Takes the cake.
I didn't know this was an ongoing bit. Like I didn't realize it was a thing. I have never thought of him. You know what?
He thinks somebody's going to poison him. And because whenever this happens and you question, no, but
I mean, if anybody here thinks somebody's going to poison them, it should probably be Maddie.
But he gets this look of fear in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do it.
Okay, but what about when he had the big engineers Christmas party and there was a bunch of random people bringing in random stuff? We got to keep eyes on him there because he might have let his guard down and accidentally grabbed something that was brought in by somebody else.
But it's not like, I think, sure, probably.
Yeah.
But it's the act of somebody showing up randomly and bringing something.
Like, why not watch one of us eat it, and then when we don't die on the spot due to poison,
great point.
He can have one too.
Great point. I've been a guinea pig for multiple times on lots of dishes that were delicious, but he won't do it because what do we all know? He commits to the bit.
He won't do it now.
Won't. Again, you could bring in something. You could bring him. Hey, you eat this hot dog, and I'll pay you $1 million. No, I don't do it.
Loomis says, does Maddie have any type of dietary restrictions?
Oh, no. But
like Reed is allergic to peanuts, so Reed's always like, "Are there peanuts in here?"
He's gonna really hate us for like.
Well, no, it's like at somebody else. But here's like H.E. Pennypacker asked this question right now. It says, "What if the food is brought in by a listener that they didn't make? like a pizza or something. You said he'll have Tim Hortons.
Any faceless corporation food, he will take down without question. Which I find kind of odd as well, because I mean, going out's not a guarantee all the time. That just because a machine in some factory in some other country makes a frozen something or other, it's going to be good, or it's going to be, or like
there's
everything.
nothing stopping somebody from picking up a Tim Hortons coffee, bringing it in from Maddie, but on the way here poisoning it.
Every
the
day
poison thing
you
doesn't
step
add up.
out of your house, you run a risk of something happening. But he just thinks that if it's got a brand, if it comes in a box, like Mike the Michigan fan brought those crackers to dip yesterday. He ate the crackers.
He ate the crackers.
He ate the crackers.
Which could have had poison sprinkled on them.
Get anything good.
I mean, he's missing out on some really good food.
Yeah.
Like some of those cookies that were dropped over the Christmas were like the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life. And the baking that we've received
Via
here,
Montenegro's wife, Ginger. She went through the trouble of making
she did
it.
great. Mary's dropped off some good stuff in the past. It hurts.
But you have to
me.
respect the game.
Amishman 19 says, listen, this is a freezer chicken guy. Why is any of it supposed to make sense?
No, it shouldn't. Here we are trying to solve the riddle.
Yeah.
There's no solving.
Grumpy Cat is asking, what if his brother randomly appeared with cookies? Would he eat cookie drop-off from his brother?
Because his folks brought in pierogies for the Christmas party.
He did get into that.
Yeah.
They were good. They were delicious.
It's a listener.
His parents are sweethearts.
Fred or Ted or Henriette. They bring something in. Random people bringing stuff in. He can't.
Okay, so do you eat food that your coworkers bring in to work?
That's the question.
Yeah, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or are you a psycho? Like, I can see, like, I'm a very picky eater. If somebody brought by a tray of Brussels sprouts for the boys, I'm not going to have one. Maybe I should because I've never tried one, but I'm not going to have one. But it's not because fear of somebody is trying to poison me.
See, but you're saying because Gager brings in food a lot, and I don't know if he would have picked off that plate because Gager's a coworker. Our job is a little different, I think, than most, where we can have people, the Gen Pop bring stuff in, right? Like just the public.
Yeah.
Like I know listeners are kind of coworkers, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's not true coworker. Like
the weird thing is that Maddie is a very what do you call somebody who's cheap? Like
frugal.
Frugal. He's a very frugal individual. And this food is free. Like I would think Maddie would be like, "Oh, this is great. I'm saving $7 of groceries today." Like I don't know.
I love the guy.
Tom Dixon's mustache says, what if a listener swings by his mom's place and brings in her cooking? Does he eat that?
Great question.
That's why the poison, I don't buy the poison line.
I'd like to try all these things out, though.
I just don't buy the poison line. It can't be just the poison. There's got to be something else.
Well, I think he's explained too, like sometimes, for example, somebody has like 5 cats, you know, and they go through the trouble of baking us some cookies, but the cats are like walking around. He says, and this is him speaking, he just doesn't know what's going on there. You know, and you don't. And I get where he's coming from. I don't practice what he preaches, but
Bones, Maddie can't sue a private citizen. He needs to know there's a corporation to take down if he gets sick. That makes sense. The real Slim Davey says, hey guys, my coworker brings in these little pouches of food every day, and I always get into those. Okay, what do you mean little pouches of food? That's a very generic description. Like little pouches of potato chips, little pouches of trail mix. What is inside this little pouch of food?
it sounds like a Reed Wilkins thing.
Eat from my pouch. Eat from my pouch.
Got to get him saying that. Get that on a hotkey.
Ryan from SK says, I love the staff room treats. If I get poisoned, I'll die a happy man.
Life's for living, right?
How did you go down?
Right?
How did you go down? And I mean, that's one way to go. That is one way to go for sure.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Hammer the thumbs up. The bookbinder's asking politely. My first year of teaching, I was sick all year. One day I'm complaining about it and a veteran teacher says, no wonder, kids hand you food and candy and you eat it. Do you know where kids put their hands? That was a rookie learning lesson. Now, look, that's different. I mean, kids are filthy. You don't know what's on. I would not be eating a bunch of random food that kids are handing me with their kids snot all over it.
But we do trust things made in a faceless factory over sometimes. Like we don't even think about it. We're like, oh, that's in a package. It's got to be. Looney Len says, I have to say I'm on Team Maddie on this one. I don't think it's that to be poisoned by literal poison. It's how was it prepared? How were the conditions? Did the cat pee on the counter as they were preparing something? And I've seen some weird stuff at potlucks from people with questionable hygiene. So I'm with Maddie on that.
I think I'd rather trust a listener than what is going on in the back of a Tim Hortons. You know, honestly.
I know. But our minds are engineered to just blindly go along with that, which is... It's kind of weird when you think about
Corey
it.
B says, what if you make cookies and put them into a Tim Hortons box?
I love how we're going to get Maddie. We're going to get Maddie. We're going to get him.
We're going to get him. I'm going to take him to a restaurant, then have Fergie's prostate dress up in character and bring out a plate and put it down, and Maddie's going to eat it. And I'm going to be like, ha! That's from Fergie! We got you! We got you.
It's a Dumb and Dumber scene.
This sounds like we have an EST short on our hands about Maddie's eating habits. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. 780-218-9999. Red says, I don't eat food that people bring into work. I can't trust my coworkers to wash their hands after taking a dump, and I'm not eating their home cooking. Yeah. Brandon Not Manning says, little pouches of food sounds like military rations. They're like, that's what it does. Like, I want more info on the little pouches of food. Anyway, that hurts. Maddie missed out on some delicious food yesterday.
Mike, top notch, 5 stars. Like, again,
it is going to be hilarious, and both Trev and Eric can't walk later on today because they've been paralyzed by Mike's food. But
we all had stomach issues yesterday afternoon.
It's just Maddie and I doing everything around here.
When the SD is awarded for food drops, I think Mike's got it right now. The challenge is out there.
Oh boy. George over the Nasty Chest says, Dusty, I just tried a sugar potato for the first time today. What is that? What's a sugar potato? Drop one off. Let's get into it. I like potato with salt on it. Maybe this is just a potato with sugar on it.
Is that a yam?
Oh, I don't like yams.
You don't like yam fry?
The texture's not that good. I don't like the texture of a yam fry. Yeah. I tried yam fries to make Tam happy one time. And I can't do it. They're too mushy on the inside. Not a fan. Not a fan. All right. Nope. Big Dave's in. Says, we have customers and vendors bring stuff by the glass shop once in a while, and everybody digs in with no issues. My man, Dave.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Nisku Glass, where they'll eat your food. Let's get to a sports update right now, actually, for Nisku Glass. We'll get into that. We got Luke Gazdic for Pro-Am Sports on the other side. Could it possibly get worse for the Oilers before it gets better? I can't believe it. But maybe it's the truth. We'll get into that with Gazdic from Sportsnet. But maybe not. I mean, maybe it could be.
It could be, but it could be not.
But maybe not. Who knows? And in the end, will Maddie eat it? 35 likes away from changing 200. Let's hammer that thumbs up if you're watching over on YouTube today. Luke Gazdic on the other side to set up the Oilers and the Florida Panthers tonight. It is a Stanley Cup final rematch. Here's Rick with the update.
Well, Dusty said it. The Oilers look to snap a 4-game slide tonight against the Panthers in a rematch of last year's finals. You can join Tom Gazzola. He'll get you set. Westgate Boston Pizza, the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starting at 4 o'clock here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Oilers and Panthers, one of 12 games around the NHL tonight. The Oilers yesterday also claiming defenseman Travis Dermott via waivers from Minnesota and assigning him to Bakersfield. 3 games around the league last night. It was the Kings falling in overtime 3-2 to the Canucks. Avalanche over the Devils 5-1, and the Jets pick up their 11th straight victory 4-1 over the Senators. Ottawa have dropped 5 straight. The Edmonton Oil Kings lose in Brandon 4-1 to the Wheat Kings. Their road trip will continue tomorrow in Prince Albert, wrap up Sunday in Saskatoon. Tyrese Halliburton had 33 points and 11 assists. Pacers dumped the Raptors 111-91. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, meanwhile, he had 27 as OKC got back in the win column with a 129-121 victory over Brooklyn. The Lakers will host the Timberwolves tonight, one of 5 games around the NBA. Sports Update brought to you by Nisku Glass. We want to thank EST and all the listeners and viewers. And what better way than to give them a deal? Mention Edmonton Sports Talk or present your Nasty Club membership for a 10% discount on windshields, glass, or any of your window and door orders. Call us today to get that ugly broken windshield replaced or to start planning your spring renovation projects now.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
.04 on the Nielson Show, brought to you by Southford Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at Southford Chev. And right now, the first 10 people to call and book with the code EST at 780-998-7883, you'll get a $160 vehicle inspection for free. 780-998-7883. Get your vehicle checked on. 79-point full inspection. $160, but you don't pay a thing if you book with the code EST. Coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today. Reed Wilkins has become obsessed with Popeyes, eh?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a couple of days ago, I go over, like he left, usually he brings a lunch, but he hadn't, I guess he didn't bring a lunch that day and he was gone.
The food drop that never was or whatever, right?
No, this was like earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
And he comes back and I'd been whatever, maybe I was doing Lock Shop or something, or I was doing Two Guys. And then I walk over and I look and he's sitting in the boardroom there with the Popeyes chicken sandwich and fries. And I go, hey, Popeyes, eh? He goes, I never ate this before I started working here. He goes, but I absolutely love this chicken sandwich. So he's just in heaven at Popeyes, which is nice to see. That's what we like to see. Text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox, and one of your text messages could win the A&W text of the day. The Stacker Burger is back at A&W. I know somebody did point out, did Maddie not try any of the chili at the tailgate? The chili cook-off?
Probably not.
Really?
I
Wasn't he a judge? I thought he judged one year.
Well, he's always a judge.
Yeah, he's always judging something.
Yeah. Not maybe an official ordained judge.
Yeah. Anyway,
but I love how we're all now.
We're trying to find that one moment.
Wait a minute! I remember back July 20th, 2014. I swear I saw him eat a cookie.
All right, 780-218-9999. Lots of good text messages coming in. We'll get to a few more of those. But the Edmonton Oilers get the Florida Panthers tonight. If you can't get up for a Stanley Cup final rematch, then what can you get up for? My goodness. Let's get to Luke Gazdic today, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialist. Let Pro-Am help you with your team fundraiser with no-risk auctions and raffle items. Visit them in-store today for all the details, located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail and 120th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. And the Cooks and Boys have explained to me their no-risk auction and raffle item stuff in the past, and it's a great way for you to build up a great fundraiser for your charity or your team, and not have any of that risk on the back end. So check them out, www.proamsports.ca. All right, let's bring in Luke Gazdic today. He joins us from Sportsnet. Gaz, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, boys? I love the energy this morning,
hey,
Dusty.
Thanks.
You can't get up for this.
Yeah, you got to be fired up right now, Luke. Hey, dude. So if you're working at Sportsnet one night and a listener drops off like a bunch of baking, would you eat it or would you be like, I don't trust this because I don't know this person?
I have, and I always will.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what
it doesn't matter if it's hot food, baked goods. Like I'm opening the fridge and I'm like, hey, Fair game.
Yeah. David
all
Amber's
day.
like, no, that's my lunch. You're like, no, it's not. Like, I'm gonna take this thing down right now.
That guy buys, like, he eats out. He eats everything in the area. A&W, Subway, you name it. He like I'm throwing him under the bus right now, but he like loves fast food restaurants around the area. I'm a big from home guy. I love bringing in like leftovers and whatever it is. Dave just walks in with a 12-inch like cold cut combo.
Yeah. I love it. That's a fast food guy myself. I respect him a little bit more now. Like, that's pretty good. Gaz, before we get to the Panthers tonight, just your thoughts on what is missing from an Oilers team that was like the best team in the league for 2 months, and now they're not. So what's missing from this group right now?
Man, it's I don't even know how. It's like compete level, you know, like Tuesday in Tampa for me was one of the toughest games to watch. I think for you guys too. It's just like, what are we doing out here? I don't know whether it's energy levels, whether it's this point in the season, the dog days, motivation. I don't know what it is, but it just looks like they're not getting up for games right now. They have like 2 or 3 guys providing some energy and some boost. I thought Savoy was really going to help with that, like bringing in some young legs, like anytime you're kind of going through a slide like this, I found a couple things usually give them a spark. One of them is a coaching change, which I don't think is happening anytime soon. Another one is a trade, and 2A and 2B is like call up from the minors when you get a kid in and you get some young legs, but it just hasn't worked, man. The compete level is non-existent with so many guys. And I they're probably trying. I got to give them some credit. Like the effort is probably there, but it doesn't look great right now, man. No offense whatsoever. No one's scoring. And it's just frustrating to watch.
How would you, I mean, Luke, you're behind the bench tonight. You're setting up this thing. It's a finals rematch. You mentioned compete level, and I don't understand. If you can't get up for the other, this is one you would think getting up for, and the Kachuckless Panthers. How would you set the lines tonight? I know we've seen a lot of different things from Knobloch just recently here, but do you go with the big dogs up top, 97-29 together? How would you kind of approach this game tonight in terms of lineup?
I would at least move Nuge back up to the first line.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to ask you later on, buddy. Exactly.
I'm not saying I don't love him in the middle. I think it's a place he can play in spotted positions. I like him more on the wing. RV just hasn't been doing it for me. I think you guys can see that too. His game is not where it needs to be. Move Nuge up to L1. I would probably keep Leon's line together. I have been loving him and Savoy. I think that's been a fun pair to watch. Get the trio back together. Get Henrique back up in the middle of Yanni and Brownie. I don't know what you do with RV. I really don't know. That's where I'm starting to struggle to find spots for. And I know you guys aren't going to love this, but him and Jeff Skinner. It's like, where do you fit these guys in? I think it's bizarre to me. I will say it's bizarre to me the scratching after scoring a goal I know I was a different type of hockey player, but I would be infuriated.
You're like,
I think
I get 3 of those a year. And you're
I know, legit. And it's outrageous. Oh, I would be beside myself. Yeah. But even for a guy like Skins, like I think that's the second time that happened this year. He scored in Buffalo or against Buffalo and then got scratched the next day. I think you got to start finding him minutes in games. Cappy can probably come out, decide what you want to do on that fourth. But Arvidsson is the guy for me that this is where Knobs has to come in, and he's got to find his spot in that lineup. I don't know where it is yet.
They've been trying to wedge him into like the top 6, and it's not like maybe you just be like, hey, you're supposed to have if you're supposed to be a little bit of an energy guy, go be that guy in the bottom 6. You know, like maybe that's what has to happen here.
He might need a little stint on the fourth line just to get the legs going. But first and foremost, get Nuge back up with Connor and play the heck out of that top 6 tonight. No Tkachuk. This is you know what? It's Feb 27th. You don't love to say statement game, but go in there and beat him. Like go in there and beat him handily tonight with no Tkachuk. And I think that helps your group a lot.
I think everybody, like from a fan base perspective, forgets about the 4-game losing streak if they go in and play really well and pump the Panthers today. You know, like everything's fine again. Tomorrow's show will be a great celebration for fans.
They'll be loving it. Is Skin starting starting tonight? Will Stu?
I said I'd start him on the next two. Like, just let him ride out the rest of the road trip. They didn't practice yesterday. Yeah. There was no skate yesterday, but
he didn't play bad in Tampa.
No, I mean the wraparound goal was something that you certainly like him to
but made some fine saves as well, where that game could have been worse. I mean, Tampa was.
I'm not sure what Bucci was doing on that. Like, that is just typical defense. If Ekholm cuts him off, you got to come across. That's the compete level stuff I'm talking about. It's like,
so what do you do with Bucci? Like, we were talking about it because he had 5 turnovers in that game. You mentioned it. I mean, just get to the post and cut that guy off instead of watching it. I mean, there's fans who are like, they should scratch him. And they're like, you're not going to scratch him. They play him well over 20 minutes a night.
Yeah.
But I also don't think you have to start him every period. Like, there's got to be ways. There are ways within a game to try to hold players accountable. Isn't there, Luke?
100%. I would find a way to, I don't want to say discipline, but temper those minutes, especially on the power play. Knobs did this against Minnesota a couple months back where he threw Ekholm on the top unit instead of him. Maybe that's the play. You got to find, someone's got to get through to him, whether it's Koff, whether it's Stewie, whether it's Knobloch. Like, I would almost guarantee that there's a coach there that has a good relationship with him that can get through to him, because you got to get this kid going, especially before the game. They're not going anywhere unless he picks up his game offensively and defensively. But I think you're right. Like, you can't scratch him. I think you need him offensively too much. If you take him out, like, your blue line doesn't look damn near as dynamic, but you definitely have to find a way to kind of get a message through his head and be like, dude, we got to get going here.
What do you think of Knobloch using the word fragile to describe the team right now?
Interesting. He's a very calculated guy. So to hear a word like fragile, I don't necessarily even know if I agree with the word fragile. Yeah, maybe, because when they haven't been dealing well with adversity. In the past, this Oiler team, how many times have we seen them when they go down 1, 2, 3 goals? You're like, they're good.
Yeah, they crank it up. Go get it, right?
It's all good. That second period goal differential up until the Four Nations basically was unreal. If they went down in a game, it's like, it's all good, boys. We got this. And that's kind of where I see the fragility is. If there's any adversity now, you see the body language starts to sink, the shoulders sit back. I think that's probably where I agree with Knobs is they used to be this team where they'd go down 3 and you don't have a problem. We don't really see that right now.
How do you get that back? Like, as a group, what do you like? I've been saying, like, is it just a matter of like Connor having a couple of those 3-point games where guys are like, oh, he's fine again. Let's all get go. Like, how do you get that back?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think you do need a night like that. Like tonight in Florida, you need Connor to go down and have 1 and 2. You need Leon to have like a 2 and 2 or something, just like a massive night from your top guys. I think that's why they're the best players in the league in the world. Like, you need some games where you talk about goalies stealing games. You're going to need those 2 guys to just steal a couple games here. I think the team leans on those guys so much. You can just see how much they take from the way they're playing and the way it trickles down. They need a big one from the big boys tonight. I want to see the horses go tonight and lead the way.
Luke Gazdic with us on the show from Sportsnet, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Gaz, our show won't talk to you again before the trade deadline. I know you'll be on with Reed Wilkins next week.
Oh, my God. I was like, where's this going? You're like, our show won't talk to you again unless.
I guess I worded that poorly. Our show will never talk to you again. So, what would your number one priority be for this group? Like, for Bowman and Jackson right now, they've got a big board. And what's at the top of that list pre-deadline?
Outside of call it a blockbuster deal, I proposed something for the Jets last night that I think works well for the Oilers. And I'm going to say this similarly. Okay. So the Jets play the Sharks on Monday. Mario Ferraro is a left-handed. Actually, they just picked up Dermy. It's a bottom second or third pair D-man that can kill penalties, that's going to absolutely grind and eat minutes. And it's some depth on your forward with Luke Cunnin, who I threw in there. I just think they just need some depth. I think maybe a center. Would you go after 3C? I think they need depth in their D-core. That's first and foremost.
I think that has to be priority number one, right? Like nothing against Klingberg. But he's not that guy.
It's not working.
Not that guy.
Yeah. It's not working. I think, call it a fourth defenseman, call it a right-handed shot fourth defenseman. If you want to call that depth, I think that's step one. I don't know. I think towards the bottom of their lineup, maybe some forward depth, but you're right. First and foremost, you need something on the back end. And I know they just picked up Jeremy, so that's your depth on the left side. But whether it's a left or right shot, someone that can play both. Listen, it's not even possible. I don't think they're parting with him, but Mike Matheson from Montreal, I'm obsessed with this guy. Yeah. Someone like that, a puck moving defenseman. I think you need some depth on your blue line. And man, I go back to Florida and like they had 5 guys on their fourth line last year: Stenlund, Lorentz, Okposo, Cousins, Lomberg. And I firmly believe that helped them win the cup. They had fresh guys coming into their bottom 6 every game. They were just rotating in a new 2 guys in their bottom 6. And I think if they can pick up something along the way to help with that, but shore up that defense, I don't know what's out there. I don't know. This is going to be, we had like our little hot topic segment yesterday, and it was like, what are your most intriguing storylines coming to the deadline? And of course I chose Edmonton, but I just think this is a non-negotiable for them, right? Like they're not where they need to be right now. And go and get something, go and get somebody. Like it's time. And I'm very curious to see what Stan and Jeff do.
And just to get it on the record, Luke, goaltending for you, not on the board. In terms of looking at actions and looking at depth requirements or anything like that.
It's not. For me, it's not. I think this year, I think you run with those 2. I really do. Unless something is on the table and it's a nice deal. I don't trust John Gibson. I've heard the Gibson rumors. Yeah. Guy gets hurt a lot. Is he that much better than Stu? I've heard the Binnington thing. Listen, I don't think Jordan's going anywhere. I think they're going to roll with Stu. I think they are, and I think they should. It doesn't look great right now, but I think they give him the year. That's
guys,
just that's what I think.
Quickly before we let you go and never talk to you again, the Winnipeg Jets, 11 in a row for the Jets right now. They are insanely deep. I don't even know how much I'd really mess with that. I know there's some areas where they'd like to improve. It's the same type of thing. It's like a depth forward and, well, actually maybe a top 6 forward there and then the blue line. But what are you seeing in this Winnipeg team right now that's like essentially running away with the West?
They have no holes. They're absolutely robotic too. All 4 lines just roll. You heard the term coming in waves. Their 4 lines just come in waves. They all score. They all create. They're tough. They're well coached. The thing that just sticks out in the back of my mind is Helly the last 2 years. Like I will never forget getting ready for this Winnipeg Colorado series at the studio last year, thinking this is going to be an unreal like 6-7 game series. And it was over before it started. So I don't trust Hellebuck to the max. They do need some, call it a Ferraro, someone down the lineup. I know they don't love Logan Stanley. Are they going to go out and get a 2 center because they don't trust Nemestikov? I wouldn't mess with it, man. Watching them last night, they are an absolute wagon. Just see if Hellebuck can come through in clutch time.
As always, buddy, we really appreciate it, man. Thanks for popping by. Sorry about the scare midway through, but
hopefully I'll talk to you guys
chat
again
with you again.
after trade deadline. Yeah.
We'll chat with you after the Oilers acquire Mike Matheson. So if they do that, we'll get you on immediately. That'll be good. Yeah. Okay, guys, see you later, guys. There you go. That's Luke Gazdic, Sportsnet, and brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Check out their website, www.proamsports.ca. If you're looking for, cool sports memorabilia, Pro-Am, they got a ton of it. They've got a ton of it.
You talk with us on the regular. What do you think the Jets do at that deadline? Like you heard Gazdic say, I mean, they're no holes. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they want to get another defenseman.
That would be.
I think they would be competing with the Oilers for a defenseman.
A big swing though, somewhere too, like to acquire something.
I don't see like blockbuster, like a huge deal. But if you're the Jets, you're looking at it, you're going, man, we're this good.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
what's
what I'm
the final
the temptation
piece
could be
for
there
us?
to
yeah. But it'll be interesting to see which team blows it. There'll be one team that's like, this is it. Let's go get these guys. Yeah. And then after the deadline, they play like 500 hockey. I don't want to say it always happens, but it seems like there's usually a team that screws up at the deadline and hurts themselves. We'll see how that one works out. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in on the conversation. Trev, he mentioned your boy. Mike Matheson. When he did that, Trev's head came around the monitor there. He's like, You still on this Mike Matheson train?
Great minds think alike. That's all I'll say on that. But I perked up. I was like, oh. I wonder if you'd have to package quite a bit, and the Oilers don't really. They have a bit, no, not quite a bit. So I'm like in love with this guy's play. Like he is a stud. He's putting up really good numbers. You look at what he was able to do last season as well. You look at his DB, and you're like, holy crap! He put up that many points. He can play on the left side. He can play on the right side. He's very versatile. He's an unbelievable player.
Under contract for a bit too.
He is under contract. So, I mean, if they could, I'm dreaming.
Stop talking him up so much.
That's the one for you, hey?
Gosh.
It's too good.
No, he said that, and I was like,
you look like you're getting sweaty just thinking about this.
Oh, like he is so good. He's such an underrated. I'd put him up there as one of the most, if not the most underrated defenseman in the entire league.
Really?
Yes.
Huge year last year too.
Yes.
You're driving the value up.
I've been watching a few more Habs games this year than I haven't
just
ever
because
in my
you
entire life.
Want to watch
because of
Matheson watch.
And because I love watching Lane Hudson. I'm big on both.
They should
those
trade
guys.
for him too.
And see, and that's the thing. They have Lane Hudson, so it's like that's the future. Kind of like what they did with Cale Makar. They got Cale Makar for Colorado. They traded Tyson Barrie, right? They found their next guy. And even Tyson Barrie said, he's like, I don't know if I'll be here that much longer. So I don't know. They got their guy in Lane Hudson. Are they going to make the playoffs this year? Maybe not. Probably not. So is he? Yeah, I don't know. I like him though. I like him a lot. I tell you that much.
So you'd be willing to pay a pretty price for him then?
Yes. All the assets you have for this guy.
You're a great GM, Trev.
Savoy.
Take everything.
Take Savoy, that Boakey. You got next year's first, I think.
Oh man, you're not messing around then.
And then the second from next year.
So you really like this guy?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize you liked him that much.
No, that would be huge. Oh, I love him. I do.
31 years old. A few good years left there.
I do.
I don't know about that.
Dex is in it, says, sounds like Trev's waiting for somebody to kiss. Like he's just, you're very excited for that.
Hey, what are you doing that?
Do you think there could be another Ekholm style trade coming here? Like slightly out of nowhere, but my God, what a move. Or is only Kenny Holland capable of pulling that off for the Oil?
Well, what do they got though? That's the as Trev pointed out. I mean, they're not dealing from a.
I mean, you can load up. You can load up picks. Like they have enough They don't have a ton of assets, but they have enough assets to do something of significance prior to the deadline. If Evander Kane will allow
Kane
it.
question.
If Evander Kane allows this,
he holds all the coin.
Yeah, he's sitting somewhere on like a throne in that green room at his house, just being like, I control what they do at the deadline.
He either does this, or this. That's
just like in Gladiator.
That's just it. Yeah, he'll decide.
Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. Whoa, man, I hated that guy. Hated him.
Oh.
Wheels chirping you. Trev has a man crush.
Oh,
maybe I do, Wheels.
Yeah,
maybe I do.
There's nothing wrong with that. Not at all.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Wheels.
Ethan over in the chat says, clearly I'm bummed about the current trend, but I wouldn't spend assets this year. I would focus more on getting out from under Arvidsson and Henrique for next season. That is a $7 million combined cap hit that's not moving the needle much this year. I already said, if you can find somebody that's like, hey, we always thought Arvidsson looked good in LA and Nashville, like, we'll take him. I'd get that $4 million off the books next year. I mean, he's going to be a $4 million bottom six forward for you. Well, he is. I mean, his production level right now is below that. Like the Oilers need somebody outside of the four guys who get to play on the power play all the time to start putting up some numbers.
RJ wants Rantanen. Dulm Skeeter says Seth Jones for Bouchard. Lots of question marks. Is Seth Jones a pipe dream? Doesn't sign text. Sky asks. Swap Bouchard for Rantanen as well. Pokes fire.
Well, I don't think we have time to dive into that. Like, I don't want to peel that onion today, boys.
Banana.
Let's see. You know what? I'll say this. I'll make this promise to you guys.
Okay.
If the Oilers lose to the Panthers tonight, we can unpeel the Seth Jones onion.
Ooh,
how's that sound?
A Friday onion with beer of the week.
With beer of the week. We have to check, by the way. The beer of the week guys said they sent this beer like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, do we have it?
We got it.
Every week we've been thinking it's the one, and then it's somebody else.
Okay, good.
It's sitting in
Package
Maddie's
secured.
office, and he hasn't touched it because it's from a.
Okay, good.
No broken glasses this
Good.
time. No broken
Yeah.
exploding.
I was emailing. We
beers.
should put it in the fridge at some point, though.
I've been putting it in the fridge the last 2 Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Thinking that it's going to
So
be the beer of the
tomorrow
week, and
we
it
should
hasn't
remember
been.
to put it in the fridge.
I will.
Yeah.
Again.
We'll
Okay.
remember.
Well, that's good news.
Maddie's
then.
been guarding it.
And we know he won't touch it because it came from a stranger.
Exactly.
That worked out. That worked out okay. What is it? What is it's screaming retriever.
Yeah, it's a dog-based. They have
Yeah.
dog.
The dog
handkerchief
is on
stuff.
the okay.
They sent us some.
Screaming Retriever Brewing Company in Calgary. Ryan, their CEO. Wow, he's a CEO. CEO, president, and founder is going to join us tomorrow. That's cool.
Via the video link, is that or,
Video? He'll be. He's down in Calgary, so yeah. Join video link.
yeah.
All right, let's set up a little parlay for tonight. Let's see what. Well, at least let's take a look at
Busy
the odds
night
for
around
this
the
game
league
today.
too.
Lock Shop's going to be great
You're
today.
going to be humming.
As we like to say on the Lock Shop, a full slate tonight. But for our purposes right now, we will just look at the Oilers and the Panthers tonight. A lot of the markets are up. There's 203 different things you can bet on in this hockey game tonight. The real question here, like, boys, I'm sure like last season, Connor McDavid over 1.5 points was like almost a minus number.
Mm-hmm.
It was plus 105. Now it's plus 142. Like, this is what has happened to the offensive game recently for Connor McDavid. And I know it's the Florida Panthers. I get it.
And the Four Nations hangover.
You know what I am throwing in here again? A Bouchard point.
Well, he leads
the Bouchard
team
point
in power play
usually works.
assists.
Yeah.
He's got 8 points in his last 8 games. The guy's on fire.
He will most certainly be criticized on the postgame show. But if he can get us that point at minus 151 in a parlay,
We'll take it.
we'll definitely do that. Like, you can get a Connor McDavid point at minus 388 right now. Last year, that was like 600, minus 600. Got to get the offensive game going here if you're Connor McDavid. So let's go. Man, does Draisaitl score again? What if we just went
One set of
Draisaitl
footprints.
goal? Where is he? Draisaitl goals plus 116, a Bouchard point, and the Oilers are actually dogs here. Man, am I pushing my luck with a Draisaitl goal? He's not going to score every single game. Or is he?
He has been.
I mean, he almost has. Oh, no.
Janmark goal
Shut your mouth.
with his stick.
Janmark goal. If you bet on Matthias Janmark to shoot a puck past the goalie tonight, you would win $5 million. Like, it's the save on score and win thing. Like, this is Matthias Janmark is returning 2 kicks in the Canadian Football League. Like, there's no chance that happens.
You got to watch.
Okay, so we'll go Bouchard point. Let's just play it safe tonight. Bouchard point. No, we'll go Bouchard point. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. This is the same thing. We're running back the same thing we did last game.
It's got to hit.
Let's do it.
It's got to
I
hit.
guess by default, I'm coming back around to the same thing.
What does that tell you?
I don't know. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Bouchard point. Oilers win. Let's run it back again. It was like plus 375 last time. I think it'll actually be a better number this time because the Oilers are actually a small plus money dog. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Bouchard point. Oilers win. That'll be your EST parlay. I'll send it over to the boys. Hopefully they can get it up by the end of the show today.
Various people want props for Bouchard giveaways.
You know what? If I gave the boys at Coolbet enough of a heads up, they could probably get us Bouchard giveaway props. With that being said, do we really want to be that city? Like, do we really want to be the group that's making money off of Bouchard turnovers? Some of you probably would.
Oh, there's sickos out there. Yeah, I know we.
Yeah.
Take the under.
So we're on a Bouchard point, Draisaitl over 1.5, and the Oilers money line. We're running it back again.
Golden Knights host the Blackhawks tonight, and the Jets look to make it now 12. They're in Nashville tonight, too. I'm sure you and Huss, as you said, you'll go for the full slate.
Yeah. All right, on the way, we've got I Got Beef for Acme Meats. What do you have beef with? Text your beefs to 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, you can also in the Nasty Chat leave us your beefs. We've changed to 100 Changing 300 by 8 o'clock would pretty much arouse me sitting here in the old big chair today. So
Changing 200.
Don't look, you pervert. What a weirdo. I got beef coming up next. Let's get to a sports update from Park Mazda. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces and Napoleon Fireplaces on the way as well before 8 o'clock. Really fun second half of the 7 o'clock hour here today. So keep those text messages flying in. 780-218-9999. Sports update, Park Mazda, Lieutenant Eric right now.
Doesn't sign text guy. Bouchard makes money off the giveaways. Why can't we? Great point. Oilers and Panthers tonight as Edmonton look to snap a 4-game slide in a Stanley Cup Finals rematch. Join Tom Gazzola. He'll be live at the Westgate Boston Pizza with your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starts at 4 o'clock here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It's one of 12 games around the NHL tonight. The Oilers yesterday also claiming defenseman Travis Dermott via waivers from the Wild and assigning him to Bakersfield. 3 games last night. The Canucks over the Kings 3-2 in overtime. Avalanche over the Devils 5-1. And the Jets win their 11th straight 4-1 over the Senators. Ottawa have now dropped 5 in a row. Oil Kings losing last night out in Brandon 4-1 to the Wheat Kings. Their road trip will continue tomorrow in Prince Albert and wrap up Sunday in Saskatoon. Over to the NBA, where the Pacers beat the Raps 111-91. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 27 as the Thunder got back in the win column 129-121 over the Nets. The Lakers host the Timberwolves tonight in one of 5 games around the NBA. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he's sad that the Jays lost their first game of the Grapefruit League season yesterday.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as newborn 8-pound, 6-ounce Mitch Lewicki. You can picture grown-up Mitch, or teenage Mitch, or bearded Mitch, or whoever you want.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The city and the team need it.
I am a Zach High man with the Leafs I used to ride, with Austin Matthews by my side. I scored a couple and I had a little fun. Signed with the Oilers in July of 21. The Leafs let me walk because they thought I had no soul. Now I'm over 50 goals. I am the dangler from way across the other side, where Beamers and Audis are supplied. 3rd overall in the draft 2014. Got a one-timer like the game has never seen. Bottom of the circle is the place where I get set. It's going in the net. I'm Nugent Hopkins. I was born in 93. All the way from Burnaby. Played some junior for Red Deer and had a ball. Signed with the Oilers when I went 1st overall. My two-way game, they said, is totally complete. The best in the league. The best in the league. The league. The league. The league. I'm Connor McDavid. I'm sure you've all seen my work. I'm not from this planet Earth. I'm deadly serious when I'm telling you what's up. My soul, it will not rest until we hoist the cup. Do what it takes through all the struggle and the pain.
till just the oil remains. And we're gonna win again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Oh, they need it. You know, they need it. We had to do that for them. And when does Dallas from Nelson come out of hiding again? Like, we need some new Dallas from Nelson content for the upcoming deep playoff run.
Once the Dairy Queen gets going again.
That's true. Once it fires back up.
It's all connected.
He's
right?
literally a bear hibernating down in Nelson right now.
Yeah.
He'll be rumbling out pretty soon.
The Dairy King.
And he'll get us some new stuff, I'm sure. That's the best time of the year for new songs. I got to put together a playoff song for this year. Don't have any ideas jumping off the page just yet.
I think you start a genre, right? Like we've done country, we've done.
I know, but everybody loves the rock and
maybe
roll.
like a hard rap, like a Kendrick Lamar. Maybe we do like a King's diss track.
Wouldn't that be something? Or an entire Western Conference diss track.
Yeah.
Maybe get behind that.
Like not so much boosting the Oilers, but really going after everybody else that they could play.
Yeah. Yeah, even the media as well. Like I'm going after Dennis Bernstein in Los Angeles. Like one of the nicest guys. Just like, why is this guy picking fights with everybody?
You and Bernstein in a Starbucks.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that coming up a little bit later on. We've got lots of text messages that we can sort through for sure. It is 7:30 on a Thursday though, which means it is time for I Got Beef for Acme Meats. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Trevor, you're not saying you were going to Acme? Like, I thought I heard you yesterday say, hey, I'm popping by Acme here at some point, going to get some steaks.
Didn't make it yesterday, but I'm going today. I am going
You're
today.
going on
I got so Corey,
it's in your calendar.
Yes. I'm heading there right after
You're
work.
going to get beef.
I'm getting beef.
I've
got
straight
I
up.
don't quite have beef, but I'll have some later.
You're getting beef today.
I'm getting some beef.
Yeah. You know what?
Yes.
I
love beef. I love beef.
Get
man,
some
I
of those
forgot what I was gonna
European
say.
wieners too if he's got them, because the snap on those, like the casing is just
snap is good.
European wiener.
Do you take them out of the casing? You don't eat them inside the casing. What is the casing?
Well, it's like it's the edible tube that you.
I know the answer.
Yeah, but
to
you're
this.
saying it's an edible tube, but what is it?
I think it's like intestine, if I'm not mistaken.
Your dad was a meat
I know, and I'm
Your
pretty
dad's-
sure
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what he told me. It's
The tube that the stuff goes into isn't. Come on.
it's part of it. That's part of
What?
it. I think. Oh,
Yeah, animal intestines, collagen,
Yeah.
cellulose, or plastics.
Plastics?
You
Corey
make
would
fun of
know.
me? Huh?
You eat that?
Well, those would be the ones you probably take
Yeah,
out.
you don't eat
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plastic.
You don't eat the
ones.
plastic.
Take those off.
Yes, but then.
But you can eat the intestines.
Yeah, told you.
Cool.
What can I say?
You're a meat man.
I know my meat.
780-218-9999. Corey says his day got better. Corey the Butcher. He's excited to see Trev today.
Get some of his barbecue sauce.
And he says
too.
the casings
That,
are intestines.
Getting
So
yeah.
you flatten it out and then you I don't even want to know.
You don't need to know how the sausage is made.
quite the process.
I got beef just finding this out today.
It looks cool. Like it looks cool.
You'll
Seeing
never
all the,
snap into a sausage the same again.
like the ground beef. They put it in the one thing and it comes out and it makes this cool crackling sound. Oh, it's really
I've always
cool.
wanted a sausage maker. Like
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
You just look like Kramer and
right?
when they were making
Well,
the
that'd be fun. That'd be a fun tool to have at home and just do whatever you want. You can put anything in them.
I had no idea about this. All right, let's get your beef. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Rick, what's your beef today, buddy?
Well, I tweeted it out this morning, and I feel like I've done this tweet. I feel like I do it maybe twice, 3 times a year, which I made the mistake once. We both made the mistake of giving a thief our phone number.
Yes.
And that is something that has
what were we thinking?
haunted me for and will haunt me until I either get a new number or whatever.
Don't worry, I'll give him your new number.
The pain of that. Yeah, well, that's the game now, hey?
Yeah.
Kind of want to give him somebody else's and say, hey, Wheels, I'm switching phones. Here's my contact me at my new number. And it's YTTs or something. But I love the guy. It's just it's a little much. Like
he does like to text.
Tone it down. And I don't mind like the subject matter too is just doesn't make any sense. Like last night, for example, a poorly framed shot where his kitchen cupboard is like the main focus. Like it's focused in on that. Like he's touched the screen. You're looking at, why am I looking at the cupboard?
I got the same time.
He's hovering, half face cut off. In only a pose that he can do.
Yeah.
And then he's got what looks to be probably what he was trying to communicate as the subject matter, a case of the new Coca-Cola orange flavor with an Edmonton Sports Talk hat sitting on top and 2 6-o'clocker loggers flanking the cap.
And wasn't he making a cocaine joke in the text? Look at all the coke I have, I think he said, or something like that.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Wednesday spelled WENSDAY. My Wednesday night, what a party. Check out the Coke.
Yeah. He means well. He's funny.
Oh, he means well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're just saying there's too much.
It's great. You've been in my boat, so I got a little beef. It's not an angry or things
just,
can be worse.
A little beef.
I get it, but it's
yeah. Trev, what's your beef this week, buddy?
Yeah, it's good. Every morning I get coffee, and I think that's my beef. It's coffee recently, just how it's been handed to me. So there's 3 things. Okay, 1, if you give me coffee, I would really, really appreciate a sleeve every single time.
You gotta ask.
Are you coming at me because I brought you coffee yesterday with no sleeve?
No. That was nice. That was nice. But when I go in, and sometimes I have asked for a sleeve, and I haven't gotten it. So that is annoying.
You've asked and you haven't gotten it.
What did they say? No?
No. They were like, yeah, okay, it sounds good. And then I see it.
order it.
Well, you got to ask at the window, buddy.
You got to ask at the, you can't
double ask at the window.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Because I do that every morning when I go
Rookie
to
mistake. Fine,
sleep,
whatever.
please,
Okay, so maybe that one's on me. What isn't on me is how much they pour in the coffee. This has happened a lot, and it is so frustrating. So when I'm coming in with a sleeveless coffee, my hand's already burning. And I'm trying to get in. I come in, I got my water bottle, I got my backpack, I got my keys. I'm trying to open the door.
So many things, yeah.
And everyone knows this feeling. You just all of a sudden feel this really, really hot, and the coffee is so full. And even though you have a lid on, it starts dripping on your hand. Last week, I had to put my coffee down in the middle of the road when I was walking into work.
Oh,
because it was so hot. Okay, so that is my second thing. And 2, asking for. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
I'm not gonna,
you just said.
or 3,
and that was my
3,
second thing.
And 3.
And 2.
3. Sorry about that. 3. And this is. I'm not going to name the place. If you know, you know. But asking for a tip for making me a coffee. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
On the machine.
The tip
On the
option on the
machine.
machine.
And I'm like, really? Is that where we're at nowadays? Like, you make me a coffee? It's already.
That is where we're at nowadays, though.
I'm paying $6. $6 for a coffee, and you have the audacity to ask me to give you a tip?
It's the machines.
Like, I'm sorry.
So do you
I'm
tip
all
him?
about the tip.
So
and you know what's annoying? And
he's been tipping the whole time.
and it is annoying
Can't say no.
because I have been, and I'll tip $1, but it's just like, and then I think about it, I'm like, why do I even tip $1? Like,
No,
what are
you
they
don't.
going to do with the $1?
Don't.
Yeah.
Not a lot. So those are my 3 things, and it's very frustrating. That's my beef. I got beef.
That's a
AJ
beef
in Montreal says you can keep your sleeve if you keep it clean. That's an interesting idea too. You save the
Could be a
environment.
reusable sleeve.
That cardboard. But I agree with you on the sleeve and
I agree with you on the tips.
and the overfilling of the cup. But yeah, but the tips
too much
that's
tips
everywhere.
now.
That's built into the machine now.
But it doesn't have to be. You can take that out as an option. I guarantee those are option you can put in or out.
You go to the grocery
like
store.
last night, we went to that Amore place where it's like the Subway of pasta. Right? You go in, you pick your things.
Delicious.
And they did it. They wanted a tip, and I'm like, you don't come to my table.
Yeah,
Why would you get a
Active service.
tip if you're not coming to my table? Like now with that said, I still did tip them.
I know. Same
Because
thing.
I feel
Same thing.
guilty.
Same
But that's
thing.
you're
I feel
feeding the
guilty.
machine.
I
That's
know.
why they put it in
I know,
because they
but
know
I still tip
groups
them.
like you will.
Well, because I think, if I give him 0%, he's going to think I'm a prick, even though it's an unjustified tip.
They don't care.
It's an unjustified tip.
That's the thing. Just state your case. I like it.
Yeah, if you're physically not coming to the table to do something for me, why am I tipping you for service? I'm already paying you for the food if you're just behind, like a Subway counter, for example. Like,
yes,
even if they're really nice, I'm still like, that's when I get torn. I'm like, man, this was really great.
You got to be strong.
I didn't
you gotta
sit
be
down
strong.
somewhere and you brought me a drink.
Be strong. Take a stand.
And I always go back to, like, I've worked my butt off sometimes to, maybe get a little bit of a tip. because I did bartend, and then I wouldn't get tipped, and I'm like, you know what? It's whatever. It happens. So then I'm just like, this person probably won't get offended if I don't tip them for just handing me a coffee. That's all they did. Here you go.
Big Slime Nasty says, I came in to pick up a GC, and Ice Cube turned around an iPad looking for a reimbursement for his services.
He does
like,
give a
that's
mean
how
tour.
crazy tipping has, right?
He gives a good tour here.
Yeah. Deaky Sparks says, Dusty, bring it up in the chamber. Why doesn't the business just pay employees a better wage than asking for money twice? Then ask if I want to help with their donation fund so they can pay less in tax. F big business.
Well, now that we have a say in a vote.
Well, we're in there now.
I think we have a...
I plan on changing a lot in the city, in the chamber.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good.
Those damn potholes, eh?
Yeah, Elizabeth last night referred to them as hot holes. She goes, is that one of those hot holes? I said, what do you mean hot holes? She goes, the hole in the ground. I said, and Marcia was like, it's pothole.
Oh.
Like he's a he's a genius.
Mr. Long Division checks into the
pothole.
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to say is pothole.
Excuse me, Elizabeth. It's pothole. Anyway, so now she gets it. My beef, I have theater beefs now.
Oh.
Because I went to the theater last night to watch Broadway, the Frozen Broadway play. And if you haven't been to the Citadel yet, I do say a great place to watch. Lots of legroom in these theaters. It's actually pretty good. For an instant, I thought, could we do the Estes here? But the Estes are meant to be at Garneau, like rugged, rough. Seats are broken.
It fits it all.
Like that's where the Estes are supposed to be.
Got a little charm to it.
Anyway, what I have beef with is people who are sitting in the middle of the row and get up like multiple times to go out and then come back. And then they go out again and then come back. You're like, you just left. How could you not have accomplished everything that you need to do at a theater? Like, if you're going to go out and take a piss, go out and take a piss, come back, but then get a water while you're taking a piss. Don't come back after a pee-pee and sit back down and then get back up and go out and get a water and come right back. Which will only make you have to take another piss.
What are the intermissions for anyways?
Well,
you hold it.
Thank you.
Hold it, right? You hold it. You can hold it.
And then you're standing up, you're sitting down, they're going by, you're sorry. Just stay in your seat, man. So, yes. That was my beef, being a big theater guy now. It's frustrating to me.
Did you bring a monocle? Like, did you kind of have...
No, but I brought one of those things where
Yeah.
Yeah, Tammy didn't know it. Her and the kids are sitting there, and I said, "Oh, it's time for the play."
Yeah.
I reached in, I pulled it out, and it keeps falling down like this. But it's that's
reading over your program, and
that's what I was doing. So that's my beef. 780-218-9999. Guys, you're part of the Chamber of Commerce now. Lobby for livable wages and end tipping. You have the power.
Well, we don't want to end tipping.
No, but I would still like people to get paid at a fair
I was tipping left, right, and center at the Shamrock Curling Club. The ladies were filling out the suds there, and they had the little pony jug there. And you
overall, I'd say I'm a pretty good tipper. I'm like 15 to 20%.
Yeah. But again, be in those moments when the machines pass to you and you're going to buy, batteries.
Yeah.
And it asks you to tip. Well, no, you don't need to tip when you're buying, cleaning products at a supercenter. And the donation stuff too. That's don't ever do that.
Like I do that too. Because I'm just like,
you don't know where it's going.
I know I don't. Well, they say it is, but it could be the Costanza Human Fund for all I know.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You do it on your own time.
Anyway, from now on, when people pop in here to drop food off, I'm going to ask them to tip us for eating their food, because you never know how dangerous it is.
Maddie doesn't get any of it.
Yeah, he doesn't get any of the tip. This is just our tip money, Maddie, because we're eating it. Dusty, I'm 1,000% with you on people getting up during the event. If I go to an Oilers game on a weekend and I'm drinking, I always buy the aisle seat, so don't bother anyone, because I hate that. Yeah, I try to get on the outside too, which then means I'm bothered like 12 times by people coming in and out. But at least I'm not that guy that's disrupting things. Deaky Sparks says 15% isn't even a prompt these days. It's true. It's like 18, 20, and 22.
Oh, yeah.
Give us the 10% option still. My God.
Do you ever go a little crazy and just like really take the high number sometimes? Like if it's...
It would have to be a delicious meal.
Yeah.
And an amazing staff.
Like there's just some days where you're feeling good.
Yeah.
And you're like, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, and it would have to be like after a payday.
Yes.
The account's a little flush, or I hit a couple parlays in a row.
It
and it's
does
just
feel
like,
good to reward
we can eat
somebody
tonight.
for. Yeah.
Like last night when we finished, I took all 4 of our trays, took it over to the place.
You did the work.
Put the dishes in one of those dish trays, separated the forks and spoons and put them in like a bowl of water they had there.
Wow.
And then recycled. Like I cleaned up our tables. I could have gone up to the guys and been like, hey, throw me a cloth. I'll wipe these tables down for you. Are they going to tip me?
You should have just went like this.
I should have. And just waited. Yeah. Don't even get me started with the guys at the bars that want you to tip after you wash your hands. What's that about?
In the bath? The guys in the bathroom?
Guy, like,
well, that's their...
You know what I would like to try one night? Not be an employee, but stand around awkwardly in the bathroom and try to get tips and see how much money you can make.
Yeah. Bring some
I bet
mints.
you can make 50 to 75
Bring
bucks
some
if you're at the right
mints, some
place.
colognes.
Yeah. All right. That's I Got Beef today. 780-218-9999. I didn't want to become theater beef guy, but here I am.
Well, look at Troll. I like the rule they have at the Philharmonic here in Calgary. If you leave your seat during the performance, they might not let you back in. You'll have to wait for the intermission so you don't disturb everyone.
A classic theater snob rule.
Well, that's how it should be.
But maybe that is how it should be. Hey, what did somebody say? I got beef that Dusty's not talking about the celebrity shootout between Gager and Gazzola. What's this about? Is this a thing? Is this happening? Have you guys heard anything about this? I'm not aware of anything of
Tommy's
this
listed
nature.
as day to day, and
I'm not listening. I've not been brought in the loop. I want to try to take 10 breakaways on Gager and see if I can score. It's like an NHL goalie, huh?
Does this have something to do with the video game, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, let's get into Fired Up for Gemco Fireplaces. We got a couple of things to be a little bit fired up about today.
It's not tipping.
It's not tipping. Although I wonder if these guys tipped after their dispute with each other because they're at a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Fired Up is for Gemco Fireplaces. They've been proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, and they're the authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco. Okay, so did you guys see? I mean, this kind of ties into I Got Beef a little bit as well. Did you see this this battle between NFL insiders? Our old guy, Ian Rappaport, and Jordan Schultz reportedly had a heated exchange at a Starbucks after a source-off. If you can believe this story, this is quite something. So if you missed it, on Wednesday, a pair of NFL insiders, Jordan Schultz from Fox and the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, reported on a meeting between Raiders minority owner Tom Brady and Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. The meeting apparently took place at a ski resort in Montana that the Dutton family is very frustrated with.
Waiting for that, yeah.
Now, Schultz from Fox reported that it was a planned meeting with Brady hosting Stafford. Rappaport reported that it was a chance encounter. So one guy's saying that, no, this was planned. Brady's hosting Stafford at the ski lodge in Montana. And Rappaport's saying that they both just randomly happened to bump into each other in Montana.
At the ski lodge
and then
in
had
Montana.
had a conversation. So both insiders commented on the matter on X. Rappaport's case on the NFL Insider Show. So then they meet they bump into each other. They don't they're at a Starbucks inside an Indianapolis hotel. This is a report from Florio at Pro Football. We're told that Rappaport was talking to an agent, and Schultz approached Rappaport and said, "We need to talk." And Rappaport replied, "We don't need to talk."
What a comeback, eh?
Oh my God, we need to talk.
That bitch.
We don't need to talk.
Yeah.
Schultz then made accusations about Rappaport. This is all allegedly from this Florio report. Rappaport regards the accusations as unfounded, and the two men were face to face in a Starbucks. Schultz says, "If you have anything to say to me, say it to my effing face. If this continues, we're going to have an effing problem. Rappaport then asked Schultz to step back.
Step back.
Step back.
You're not that guy.
If this happens again, we're going to have an effing problem, Schultz said. Now I'll step back. Now, the best part about this is that Schultz is the son of the former Starbucks CEO, Howard Schultz.
What a twist.
So he's got an in at Starbucks. I have a feeling somebody from Starbucks texted Schultz and said, Rappaport's here.
It's his home turf.
And then Schultz went and verbally attacked him at the Starbucks. The very Starbucks that his dad used to be the CEO of.
Or maybe Rappaport knew that and was trying to hunt him down.
Oh.
You know, I know he'll be around here.
I'm going to draw him out. Yeah. So these two guys were fired up, but almost coming to blows over, no, my report was right. No, your report was wrong.
And of all the reports.
That's tremendous.
Like of all the I could understand if it's like the get of the century or the hot this.
Can you imagine sitting there in a Starbucks and watching these two guys step off? We're gonna have an effing problem if you keep denying my sources.
What was the first line there? We need to talk. We don't need to talk.
Yes. That is a good bird. Look, you be
Jerry.
I'll
right?
be Schultz and you be Rappaport.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm Schultz. I come
So
up
which
and
one?
I say, we need to talk.
We don't need to talk.
That's spicy. That is spicy.
And then
I like it.
And then when he step back.
Yeah.
Now I'll step back.
Now I'll step back.
Like it. You didn't have to say now you could have just said your piece and be done. Now I'll step back.
How long until Jake Paul wants to fight one of these two guys?
Three-way dance.
Like I see
three-way dance.
He'll fight both of them.
Yeah.
Jake Paul on Netflix in 6 months is fighting both Schultz and Rappaport at the same time. And it still sucks.
Maybe in a wrestling match.
Yeah, maybe that is what they could do.
A little ground and pound.
Yeah. H.E. Pennypacker says, guys, a question for 3 questions too many. What was the pickup line that Atif used to acquire your numbers? I mean, he's at a lot of events, and he must have just been like, hey, can I have your number? And we're nice guys. So
Alcohol was probably involved.
Yeah, he knows that he'll give our numbers when we're drinking. That guy, hey,
he gets us drunk, and then, it's...
Big Slam Nazi says, watching that in a Starbucks while ordering, and then the barista says, there's just a quick prompt before proceeding. And you're distracted, so you're tipping 20% because of this beef that Rappaport
if you're
has. So
watching
fired
this, you were at the theater last night. I mean, if you're getting that type of entertainment while you're ordering your raspberry refresher, I think you tip handsomely.
I was so soft at the theater last night. So we go to the theater. And Tammy's like, we should get a water before we go in. So we're at the theater. They've got this little concession set up. It's got like water and ice cream, and that's it.
Good on her for thinking before you go in.
Yeah.
Not during.
She also did go out during the break. What do they call it? The intermission. Okay. She went out and got 3 more waters.
Well, she did it during the intermission. Yeah.
Anyway, so we get there, and they have these ice cream. And the kids are like, Daddy, can we have some ice cream? And I was like this. I was like, no, we just had dinner. I turn around and walk away. And Elizabeth gives me the stink eye. She just kind of looked at me just into my soul when I said, no, you just had dinner. So we turn around and we start walking towards the place where you get your ticket scanned. And I look at Tam as we're walking over, and I couldn't be that guy. I couldn't. So I looked at the
Tam
kid.
she looked at you in the eye. She said, you're not that guy, pal.
No. She didn't say anything.
Not that guy.
But I couldn't do it. So I go to the kids. I go, do you want some ice cream? And they're like, yay! So I turn around, took them back, and got them ice cream. But then I had the first scoop of Marshall's ice cream. And it's a little cup, and it comes with just a stick. And I have to say, it was absolutely bloody delicious. And next time I'm going to go to the theater, it's going to be ice cream for the entire family.
The daddy tax, you got a bit. Is that the toughest sentence?
But I got sucked in.
But as a father with your 2 young children, Daddy, can we have some ice cream? Like, is that a sentence that breaks you every... Because you were strong there. And I don't know.
Why would I not give them ice cream? I can't believe I said no in the first place.
Well, and they finished their suppers.
I know, they did. And
so what? It's not like they're asking ice cream prior to the pasta dinner.
I really was a sucker. I really was.
You thought you were.
My kids own me. I mean, it's the bottom line. My kids own me.
But that line.
But I did get.
Daddy, can I have some ice cream? You're not going to hear that for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's going to be a time when that sentence isn't muttered.
Yeah, exactly. One day I'll be coming from the corn as a ghost, and Marshall will be watching on the field that he's built on a farm that he owns, and I'll be like, Dad, do you want to have some ice cream? I'll be like, yes, son, I do. I do want to have ice cream with you. So I'm happy I gave in, but man, I tried to be like this. No, you just had dinner. And then right away I was like, do you guys want some ice cream?
You wanted ice cream, for crying out loud.
I was intrigued by it. It was fancy little cups.
Yeah.
It was fancy little cups. Anyway, I'm soft. As a father, I'm soft.
Soft serve.
Simple as that. But I like being soft, Dad. All right. If you want to play kind of easy trivia today.
What do we say? Your Uncle Buck in preparing the kids' lunches. While Tammy was down, you turned into a bit of an Uncle Buck.
I'm making the lunches, and Marshall walks into the kitchen and goes, "Who the hell are you?"
He's cooking our garbage.
Yeah, he's cooking our garbage. All right. If you want to play kind of easy trivia today, fire us a text right now, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Joe says the kids got to go to a movie on a school night. I wasn't a movie. It was theater.
Yeah, not
We're at
theater.
Frozen Broadway play.
Theater.
And there is no school because teachers have their development days for the next 3 days. And you think if they have these development days, they get better. Am I right? Just kidding, teachers. That was a low blow. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. It was a low blow.
Not that guy.
All right. What do we? Oh, yeah. Kind of easy trivia. If you want to play kind of easy trivia today, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We've got a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual up for grabs, 780-218-9999. Let Trev know that you would like to play. Third hour of the show should be a good one as well. We've got 3 questions too many coming up. That's a good for the Italian Center. Scalding hot takes on the way. Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff. But if you want to play kind of easy trivia, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Let's get to an update on sports with Lieutenant Eric.
Game day here on EST as the Oilers look to snap a 4-game slide against the Panthers. Tom Gazzolo will be live on location at the Westgate Boston Pizza with your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starts at 4 o'clock today right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It's one of 12 games around the NHL tonight. Yesterday, the Oilers claiming defenseman Travis Dermott via waivers from Minnesota and assigning him to Bakersfield. 3 games around the NHL last night as the Canucks would beat the Kings 3-2 in overtime. Avalanche over the Devils 5-1. The Jets have now won 11 in a row following a 4-1 victory over the Senators, while Ottawa dropped its 5th straight. The Edmonton Oil Kings, they lose in Brandon 4-1 to the Wheat Kings. That road trip will wrap up tomorrow in PA and then Sunday in Saskatoon. In the NBA, the Lakers are at home to the Timberwolves in one of 5 games tonight. Last night, it was the Thunder back in the win column, 129-121 over the Nets, and the Raptors losing to the Pacers, 111-91. Sports update for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood.
Plywood.
Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
We just plain suck. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Homer, what's your name?
I gotta go, my Dan Wiener.
Unbelievable. Oh, sorry, Hazel.
Pathetic! You are pathetic! 8:07 on The Nielson Show. It is the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here today. The Nielson Show today and every day. All the fun brought to you by great partners over at South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev. They've got that deal going on right now. First 10 people to call and book a 79-point full vehicle inspection with the code EST will get your inspection for free. Regularly cost you $159.95. Instead, you'll get it for free. 780-998-7883. That's 780-998-7883. Text messages have been flying into that Paris Jewelers inbox all day, and one of them will end up winning text of the day for A&W. Single stacker, $3.99. Double stacker, $4.99. And the triple stacker for just $5.99. Stacker burgers are available only for a limited time. Original burger chain, A&W, since 1956. Imagine the team at William Huff in 1952 starting to wrap things. And then in 1956, they're like, did you hear about that new place, A&W? We should go try it. That's crazy to me. The 50s, you know? Yeah, exactly. It's like 80, it's like 80 years ago. Yeah, well, the thought process.
No, you're right, actually. It does seem
70 years ago, I guess.
The whole millennium really kind of screwed us up.
Man, time is just nuts.
When you start over again.
Think about people in the 80s will be referring to us as the 20s.
Yeah.
Mind blown. All right, 3 questions too many for Park Mazda coming up. That's good for the Italian Center. Scalding hot takes, Marmot Basin Snow Report, and the wrap for William Huff. Still coming down the pipe today. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, tell your friends, send them the link to EST so they too can hop in. Corey B says that click, click, click clip is probably one of the best that I've heard so far.
Yeah, maybe not a hot take. I like it better than Makes My Day in terms of read clips.
I do think that there should be an ST this year for the soundbite of the year from like the staff. Because, I mean, when he filled in, JMO was...
This is like an anaconda taking down a pig.
This is like an anaconda taking down a pig is pretty good. We've got... Oh, sorry.
You got a whole board of read.
The Bookbinder of Alberta.
The Bookbinder of Alberta is pretty good. People are liking this click, click. Trev, what are you working on over there? Play more tables and games. I can't take it anymore. I have a board over there. What's going on over there right now?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. There's a long way to go until the Estes, so you just never know.
Lots of time.
All right, who's playing kind of easy trivia today? Trev, who do we got, man?
Ewan
on a Thursday. Sorry, he's not allowed to play.
Okay,
just kidding. All right, Owen is gonna head to Mr. Mike's here if he gets 3 of 5 correct. Is he ready to stake his claim? Head to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. Start with an Emperor Caesar salad, a la rustic onion soup. Then enjoy the tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with béarnaise butter, garlic mashed potatoes loaded with savory toppings. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy cash.
Somebody got bitten by the theater bug, I think.
I did.
You were
top grade A drama student.
Well, I mean, it's coming out of you.
It's somewhere down deep inside there.
Ask Owen if he's ready to stake his claim.
All right,
I want to hear his answer. Like that question.
All right, let's bring in Owen this morning. Owen, good morning.
Owen, I'm ready.
Nobody likes you, Owen. Are you ready to stake your claim at Mr. Mike's?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. We'll start the ticker after read the first question. Good luck, man. Who do the Edmonton Oilers play tonight?
Florida Panthers.
How many games did the Oilers lose the Stanley Cup final in last year?
1.
What position does Aaron?
3.
What position does Aaron Ekblad play?
He is a goalie.
Which NHL team has now won 11 games in a row?
The LA Kings.
True or false? The Oilers have lost 7 in a row.
False.
Got it. He got it. He got it. Did he not get it?
Another 5. Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year we took it to the limit.
I You
cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Okay, wait a second here. People are saying I thought he got it.
This was the first tush push in kind of easy trivia history.
Don't even get me started on a tush push.
But this is you. This is you getting him into the end zone.
No, I think he got it. I mean, we'll have to listen back because I thought he got it right at the end.
First one, he said 1 and then he said 3. So the first question he got wrong.
No, the second question he got wrong.
What was the first one?
The first one was, who do the Oilers play tonight?
Florida, okay, yes.
Okay, I said, how many games did the Oilers lose in the Stanley Cup final last year?
You got that one wrong.
He got that one wrong.
Twice.
Yeah, so that one, but that didn't. What position does Aaron Ekblad play? He said goalie.
Yeah.
But then he said defense.
but
Well, I bet I mean.
Okay, no, that's fine.
He did autocorrect, like he did say. Yeah. And then which NHL team has lost 11 in a row? He said Kings. And then true or false, the Oilers lost 7 in a row. Did he not say false right before the buzzer? Look,
It wasn't too convincing.
Oh, here, let's just run it back. I'll just bring back the YouTube thing. And we'll see it again here. Let's see. About to play.
Okay.
Just kidding. All right. Owen is going to head to Mr. Mike's here if he gets 3 to 5 correct. Is he ready to stake his claim? Head to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. Start with an Emperor Caesar salad. That's good. I like rustic onion soup. Then enjoy the tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with Bernaise butter, garlic mashed potatoes, loaded with savory toppings. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy cash.
Somebody got bitten by the theater bug, I think. Hey,
top grade A drama student.
Well, I mean, it's coming out of you.
It's somewhere down deep inside there.
Ask Owen if he's ready to stake his claim. I want to hear his answer. That question.
All right, let's bring in Owen this morning. Evan, good morning.
Evan, I'm ready.
Nobody likes you, Owen. Are you ready to stake your claim at Mr. Mike's?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. We'll start the ticker after read the first question. Good luck, man. Who do the Edmonton Oilers play tonight?
Florida Panthers.
How many games did the Oilers lose the Stanley Cup final in last year?
1.
What position does Aaron?
3.
What position does Aaron Ekblad play?
He is a goalie.
Which
defense?
Which NHL team has now won 11 games in a row?
The LA Kings.
True or false? The Oilers have lost 7 in a row.
False.
Got it. He got it. I was on it quick. I thought he got it.
Got it.
I think the controversy here would be, are you allowed to answer a second time if you know you got the first one wrong? It's not like I said to him wrong.
That's what Big Uke says.
He corrected himself.
One answer, Dusty. What the hell is this nonsense?
No, but he corrected himself. Right? I didn't say wrong. Next question.
I don't know. We're kind of...
Gold medal Mark is in this. Says, love the show, but Dusty, ice cream soft on that kind of easy trivia.
It's again. This is like your kids asking, Daddy, can we have some ice cream? Owen was asking for
Daddy,
some ice cream.
can we have some ice cream?
And you said yes, Owen.
Daddy, can we have some? So, the buzzer, I'm pretty, there's 2 controversies.
You were real quick to award that to him.
I was, but I heard that before buzzer. I heard false before buzzer. Trev, did you hear false before buzzer? Because if he didn't, then I will admit I screwed up.
Photo finish here for me.
Yeah. But then we're
a gray area.
We've allowed people in the past to correct their answer, right after.
If that's the case, I'd give it to him.
I didn't know Owen was Patrick Mahomes, H.E. Pennypacker says.
Gets away with everything. Gets all the calls.
I already told him, I was like, I think you won.
Yeah. No, he won. He won.
Okay.
He won. Look, I'm not giving, the heat's not on Owen here.
Yeah.
The heat's on me.
You make the ruling.
I'm a man. I'm 43. Come after me. I gave it to him.
One says 5 questions, 11 answers.
Well, it is kind of easy trivia.
We can all go 5 for 5 if you have, eventually.
The Deutschland Dangler says, I admire that guy. He obviously stopped watching the Oilers, unlike all of us suckers.
Yeah, he was done after 3 games.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. I'm stopped. I've stopped watching this. Oh, Awanik is chiming in.
Oh no.
Says false came in after. The false did not come in after. I'm going back again. I'm running it back again. I want to see this again here. I don't think the false came in after.
Well,
let's see here.
Mike's cards are in Maddie's desk.
He said 1 and then he said 3.
Oh, wait, let's go. We'll wind it back a bit here.
In terms of read clips,
I do think that there should be an SD this year for. No, sorry guys, I gotta find it. It's somewhere down deep inside there.
One.
What position does Aaron?
Three.
What position does Aaron Ekblad play?
He is a goalie.
Which
defense?
Which NHL team has now won 11 games in a row?
The LA Kings.
True or false? The others have lost 7 in a row.
False.
Got it. Oh man, that is close. That's almost at like the exact same time. Whatever. What's done is done. And as Rob from the Grove says, tie goes to the runner. Tie goes to the runner.
Well,
Deaky Sparks says in NHL style, his intention to say false was before the buzzer.
Yeah.
Tube Socks is in and says, it looks like he's off to a Tief's Chris Steakhouse. Scoob says, this is everything that's wrong with kids today. Yeah. I mean, if we really want to get technical about this, you guys, what was the question? How many games did the Oilers lose in the Stanley Cup final last year? He said 1 and then he said 3, which equals 4. Just saying.
Well, and it was 1 game 7. They lost that game.
Yeah.
So 1 would have been a. You could allow that.
Technically, in my mind, when I wrote that question, the answer I was looking for was 7. Like, how many games did the Oilers lose?
I think everybody.
I guess they should have lost the Stanley Cup. I don't. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Everybody Burglar says he only got 2 questions right.
Everybody wins today. It's all a ploy to try to get the Oilers a dub.
Can I have some ice cream?
No, we
might as well get on
breakfast. You guys want some ice cream? Look, man, this is what happens when you're soft. I mean, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I am Edmonton Oilers soft right now.
You're cooking the pancakes with the snow shovel.
Blaine from Scottsdale says, is this the start of the buzzer or the end of the buzzer? He made it before the buzz ended. This is like the blue line. Right? Is which side of the blue line is the outside? Yeah.
He toe dragged, eh?
Well, in the end, it doesn't matter. He got the dub.
Jeff from GP wants the asterisks attached.
Yeah. I do like us remembering that on February 27th,
Survey Brett.
Owen won kind of easy trivia, but there's an asterisk on it.
Get it in the phone.
Yeah. APOC Hockey Fanatic over in the chat says, everyone gets a medal now? Look, the guys, let's just let the guy win.
You gone woke.
The part here
clip that sound, get that hockey that
here I am trying to be a man of the people, and this is the heat I take. But Bomba guy's in. It says Dusty is getting fragile. Oh boy, here we go.
Ooh, the F word.
Here we go. Why don't you just call me an SG? Don't call me an SG. I will ban you for 10 seconds in the chat.
I don't know.
Okay, let's get to 3 questions too many today. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
Yeah, I do. 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda, where dealer principal Mitch Lewicki will act like Dusty today. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
In the chat.
I don't know. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Look, if
everybody gets a car.
I'll say this: if everybody's going to complain about kind of easy trivia, call in and play kind of easy trivia. You cowards!
I thought you were going to shut it down.
I'm going to start. No, I'm going to start making questions extremely difficult.
We're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. All the questions are going to be extremely difficult, except when Owen plays again. Do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, I do. It's at Lieutenant_Eric, where you can view the photo that Atif sent you and I last night. Enjoying his Coca-Cola orange. Have you tried that Coca-Cola orange, by the way? That doesn't pull
I'd rather just have orange pop.
Pull my crank. No, leave that where it is. I didn't mind the vanilla Coke, but and I like that lemon lime Pepsi that they had. That was all right too. They lime flavored.
Sorry, I'm just putting some people in timeouts.
10 seconds?
Yeah, we'll see you in 10 seconds, Sarah.
I really love that 10-second timeout.
Yeah, the 10-second timeout. It's the warning of the wooden spoon.
Well, I went into that vulgar the hangout yesterday.
Yeah.
And Ukes, they're all goose this, goose that.
It's ridiculous.
So I timed Big Uke out for 10 seconds in the hangout. And Maddie got he didn't like that.
Well, I'm gonna go and start timing everybody in the hangout.
Yeah. But he's putting rulings on your show here.
Well, Big Uke's next.
But he doesn't
Big next use time. His next time out's a minute.
Strike 2.
He did say it again, so technically, timeout a minute for Big Uke. I don't want to do that.
Law and order.
You don't put us in this spot.
Law and order.
You know I no choice.
You know I can't follow through on this stuff. Trev, don't do it.
Law and order.
All right, if you're over on the nasty chat right now, hammer the thumbs up. See, I don't mind all the gifts of the goose. I think they're actually kind of cute. But it's don't use the word. 25 likes away from changing 300. 780-218-9999. Surveyor Brett has put it in the phone. Owen wins controversial kind of easy trivia after buzzer beater. Dusty called fragile and soft for giving it to him.
It's like that AI.
Diggy Sparks, my man, says, everyone's acting like it's not called kind of easy trivia. Fraser comes on and asks questions with no wrong answers, and everyone will commend him. What is this? What do you mean questions with no wrong answers? He just asks opinion-based questions? Is this what happens?
I mean, you got to get him to do something, and that's what he does.
Keep eyes on this thing. All right. Let's get into it. Question number
Somebody
one.
called you a clueless koala.
That's cute. Koalas are cute. I'd love to have a pet koala.
Yeah.
If I was going to have a pet. Question number one. Boys, very much enjoyed that chamber video yesterday. Do you guys have any plans for the next one?
There's always ideas rattling around, I think, but to...
I mean, we've had a couple of ideas. We have one idea that I don't think we can go with, even though it's just a funny bit. I think people might look at it the
what
wrong
completes the trilogy here, I guess? The initial
we've
three,
got the
right?
interview, we got the chamber. Where do we go next? I know Reed has come to me already with this fascinating idea of it's like in the future. And Reed is still working here, but I'm gone. And Marshall's running things. And he's sitting at Maddie's desk with like a little chin strap. And Reed's like, your father would have never run this place like this. And Marshall's just giving it back to him. Like just a tyrant as a boss, which I kind of have some time for. I think that would be pretty funny.
The future.
The future, yeah. The interview, the chamber, the future. 20 years after getting into the chamber. And then this Marshall pretending to be me, even though he's still just 9, almost 10 years old. And he's just berating Reed. Like all over him, and Reed's older. He's like old. And he's just giving it to him. I think that's kind of a funny bit. Anyway, we'll come up with something else. Trev, you have a lot of fun. I have fun writing these. I know a few of the other boys would like to kind of dive into some of the scripting of it.
Them.
And Hernan is always like, give me more lines next time.
I mean, talk about a thespian.
Yeah. But Trev, you like editing these things, right? Like you seem to enjoy it.
Editing. Yeah, I do. But I'm not going to give away what I'd like to record. And that defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I have some really good ideas that I'd like to bring up to you boys.
Good. Let's discuss them.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do.
I wouldn't
lunch.
mind. I wouldn't mind putting a script together with you.
What?
Because
we can co-write a script.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I've always wanted to co-write a script with somebody.
Yeah, me too.
The concept would have to be funny though.
It would, and see, that's the thing. It's always fun, but it's always fun with one person writing a script. But the more you have, the more ideas. That
a room of writers.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, the writers' room.
Writers' room.
And that's exactly it.
Like
You're like, oh, that's a great idea.
Simpsons.
And then also we could do this. Perfect. And then someone,
that's so good. That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we just need an initial idea, and then we can cook with it. Question number 2. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. What would be your guys' favorite sports movie that he was in?
Good question.
Well, Replacements and Hoosiers are the two that jump off the page. I really loved The Replacements, but I couldn't get past Hoosiers. That's his... I know he's in a lot of other movies, but for me, Gene Hackman in Hoosiers, it's got to be the answer.
Crimson Tide.
Are we talking non-sports movies? The question was movies, but let's look at the whole.
But
let's look at the whole
Alabama
thing.
Crimson Tide is a team, and so I will go with that.
What else have we got here?
It's not about the Crimson Tide, but it's a play on words.
He was in one with Will Smith that I actually have on my phone. I don't watch it as much. I can't remember what it was called. What are the odds of this? Gene Hackman was in a movie called The Chamber, and he passes away like the day that we debuted The Chamber on YouTube.
Behind Enemy Lines.
He's got a pretty good Western resume as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's Hoosiers. It always was. It always will be. Coach Norman Dale. Got to be Hoosiers. Hell of a run, though. Hell of a run for Mr. Hackman. Rest in peace.
Unforgiven.
Question number 3, guys. Any idea on when the first run of EST NWO shirts will be available at 780 stores? To be honest with you, I can't answer that question.
I'm really hot on this, though.
Yeah, it's a fun idea.
I can't wait.
I think they're going to sell relatively well. As expected, Tube Socks, like from his phone yesterday, created like a template of it. He's like, "What do you think about this?" I was like, "Actually, it's pretty nice." We're going to probably go on a black shirt, and then I think a blue shirt.
Okay. With the what's the stencil? The yellow or
on the black one, it would probably be yellow.
Yeah,
and maybe on the blue one, it would be yellow as well. So, anyway, no ETA just yet. But as soon as we get that logo done up, I'll get it over to Adora at 780, and I'm sure he can turn these things around super quick. So it's going to be very cool to go into a store and buy an EST shirt.
Bad has arrived and it's here to stay. That was what was on the back of the...
Is that what was on the back?
We should have your clear choice for Edmonton Sports on the back. The NWO shirt said the NWO on the front, and then on the back it was like the motto of the NWO, whether it be Hollywood or Wolfpack.
Yeah.
That's asking a lot at this stage, I get. But no, those are one of the best-selling wrestling shirts ever. Like the Austin 316, the NWO, like that's your... Everybody knows them.
Yeah.
So you put one of these up here, like with an EST.
No, they're going to love it. People are going to love it.
He'll grab the everyday guy in the street or gal. What is that? Yeah.
Sheldon S., Enemy of the State. Yeah, that's the one with Will Smith. Will Smith doesn't know that he had this device, and then Hackman's like this guy who's like terrified of the government. It's not like an 8 out of 10. It's like a 6 out of 10, but I liked it.
Welcome to Mooseport.
Shaggy in St. Albert says the back of the shirt says, "Everybody gets ice cream."
Yeah.
I just like, how can...
We're all winners.
I just...
You tush-pushed him. You were very eager to get him in the end zone.
I can't be blamed for wanting my kids to be happy. You know,
your
and
children,
if getting them some ice cream puts a smile on their face...
I think this is
why
the
would
Owen.
I not do that?
This is the Owen episode rearing its head again.
Owen is not my son.
Owen's eating ice cream.
Owen's not my son!
Owen's going to Mr. Mike's. He's going to a whole bunch of ice cream.
Nobody likes Owen. Nobody likes me now after the controversy. Oh boy, Jake just said our EST parlay is online, and it is plus 400. Better number than last game, but we ran it back again. Draisaitl, over 1.5 points. Bouchard point. Oilers win. We didn't hit it Tuesday. We're hitting it tonight. Ride with us over at Coolbet.
Ask him about those Bouchard turnovers. Huh?
I'll bring that up on the lock shop today. More of those Bouchard turnovers
more of those?
kicking around over there. All right. We got That's Good for the Italian Center coming up. Scalding hot takes on the way as well. The Marmot Basin Snow Report. And the wrap for William Huff. If you are watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. We've now surpassed 11.3K on the push to 12,000 subs. That'll be the next moment we can sort of celebrate a little bit.
Another food from the sea.
You know what? When we get to 12,000 subs, I will try.
That's great stuff, man. Octopus and
I'll try cod. Hammer the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel.
A full cod.
13. Oh no. I would never eat.
Fish.
No. 13 away from changing 300. So let's do that. We got the hangout coming up at 9:00. But lots of fun here in the second half. Oh, I guess we got to do orange and blue breakfast as well.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. There we go. Orange and blue breakfast too. Oh boy. We got jam-packed 29 minutes coming down the pipe here. Let's get to a sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric for Sit and Sleep.
It is game day as the Oilers are visiting the Panthers this evening in a Stanley Cup rematch. Edmonton looking to snap a 4-game slide. You can join Tom Gazzola. He'll be live giving away prizing at the Westgate Boston Pizza with the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage begins at 4 o'clock here on EST. Oilers and Panthers, one of 12 games around the NHL tonight. Last night, just 3. Colorado skating over the Devils 5-1. The Canucks winning in overtime against the Kings 3-2. And the Jets have won their 11th in a row. 4-1 over the Senators. Ottawa, meanwhile, dropped 5 straight.
I just put Uke in a 60-second timeout.
60 seconds?
1 minute.
He's a bad boy. Oil Kings, meanwhile, they lose in Brandon last night, 4-1 to the Wheat Kings. That road trip will continue tomorrow in PA and wrap up Sunday in Saskatoon. Over to the NBA, where the Lakers host the Timberwolves tonight, one of 5 games in the association. Sit and Sleep currently offering a winter clearance event, from massive discounts on major sleep brands to unbeatable deals on Canadian-made custom furniture. Our winter clearance event is your chance to transform your home at a fraction of the cost. Plus, you can enjoy perks like free local white glove delivery and special financing offers that make it even easier to bring home the best. Visit us today, South Common, next to Planet Fitness.
It is the Nielson Show, brought to you by Southport Chevrolet. Lots to get to as we work our way through the third hour of the show today. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio, where they have the 5 items on the $4 value menu right now. If you're looking for a little snack at lunchtime, you can do it over there. Gager's already ready. Should we just go? Let's do hot takes. We'll go hot takes. We'll go, that's good. We'll go orange and blue breakfast. We'll go Marmot Basin Snow Report. We'll go the rap for William.
Let's get it on.
Hey, we might as well get in
Where
hot
is that
takes,
mid anyway? Hey,
it's right here. Hello. Good to see everybody today. I'm very excited for your takes. All right, let's bring in Gager today. Gager, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Two housekeeping things real quick, Dusty.
Okay, yep.
My daughter, it's the 3rd round of voting. There's 11 hours to go. If anyone can go to my Twitter page and just vote really quickly for my daughter, that'd be great. She's still in first, so things are progressing.
She's in first in round 3 now.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Another thing, I don't know, this is a little bit lengthy, but I did look at Trev's coffee thing this morning, and I crunched some numbers on it.
Okay.
So $6 a day, 5 days a week. So essentially $120 a month. That is $1,440 per year. I am suggesting now that Trev goes and buys a coffee maker. I looked up, roughly about $35, okay, with a timer, so he can set it for the morning, set up his coffee. Ground coffee, about $26. I was pretty generous. If you're using one of those a month
here, hey, Gage?
Yeah. You're looking at about $312 a year. Creamer, because he likes it sweet. I'm saying maybe he buys 2 of those a month, $20. That's $240 a year. Total of $552 per year. That's a savings of $888 per year for Trev on coffee alone. If he just goes and gets the coffee maker, buys his own coffee with the creamer. Now, being an advisor, I took that $88 per year, used a very modest 5% rate of return. Over 10 years' time, that's $11,169. Depending on the coffee cup that he gets, maybe a Yeti insulated one, that's a little bit less. But over that 10 years' time, that's $11,000 that Trev could actually generate by making his own coffee in the morning.
You're Rain Man, Gager. I think this was a full-blown Rain Man episode. Wow. That was good. Trev, what do you think about this? What do you think of Gager saving you $11,000 over the next decade?
Holy, I didn't know that was
making $11,000.
Sorry, not saving, making.
That is very impressive, Gager. Holy crap, that's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of dough as well. Jeepers, I gotta. Yeah,
Gager, you should work in finance.
When you put it like
probably
that,
should.
When you put it like that, it definitely raises my eyebrows. So that is a problem, and I got to fix this.
Gager, what's the Twitter handle again? One more time, some people are asking for your daughter.
Joaquin Gage at Joaquin Gage 31.
31, yeah.
At Joaquin Gage 31 on the X Twitter.
Yeah, go and vote for his daughter, first place in the 3rd round. And if she wins this thing, doesn't she get to? It's a pretty sick.
She'll go to Phoenix and do a video with Sierra, and then I'm going to go down there and get Russell Wilson to come and hang out on the Hangout for an episode. So.
Bring Sierra back up too.
The Hangout just got dangerous. All right, let's get into scalding hot takes. I have the mitt. I'm the defending champ. I will go first. Trev will go second. Eric, you have the hammer today, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're good. We're good there. Trev, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Rick?
You've won 2 this year. LT has won 2, and I've won once.
Really?
Setting yourself up here for...
Wow. So a little pity vote I see you're asking for.
It's already begging.
No.
Well,
I
it
just
sounds
wanna-
like that's what you're doing.
Asking for a tip.
Yeah.
No.
Trev hasn't won as much as us, Gager, just so you know.
It's just stats.
Okay.
Gager provides some cool numbers. So was I. That's why I did that.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Okay,
never
you ready to
mind.
go? Let's go. Let's do
Whatever.
it. Here we go. Give it to me, Trev.
Time now for scalding hot takes.
Matt Savoy is going to have a long and productive NHL career in St. Louis.
Hot take alert.
Chris Knobloch to Jeff Skinner. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal.
That's a hot take.
They should call him Sid the Man.
Careful. That take's hot.
A mime is jealous of Bouchard's ability to just go through the motions.
The hottest of takes.
The only thing more invisible than Matthews at Four Nations was his hair.
Wow. Scalding hot take.
We should change YouTube Trev's name to The Experience.
Hot take alert.
Jeff Skinner spends so much time in the doghouse, he should have competed in the Oilers' rough relay.
That's a hot take.
The C on Matthews' chest stands for choke.
Careful. That take's hot.
Testing in Bahrain gave a new meaning to lights out.
The hottest of takes.
Owen did win trivia, or he didn't win trivia, but I gave it to him anyway.
Wow. Scalding hot take.
The C on Matthews' chest also stands for cuck. He watched in the corner as McDavid scored.
Hot take alert.
Hernan Salas should win the Hart Trophy.
That's a hot take.
I wonder if Janet's jealous that Trump owns Wayne now.
Careful. That take's hot.
Evan Bouchard reads a play like YouTube Trev reads a book. He doesn't.
The hottest of takes.
Evan Bouchard, more like turnover Bouchard.
Jeez.
Hot take alert.
All right, there we go. That's scalding hot takes for today. Gager, where are you going with this one, buddy?
It's weird. I know he pumped himself up, but I got to go with Trev today.
Of course.
We knew it.
Yeah.
Oh
No, I won
God,
fair
of
and
course,
square. This
of
guy
course.
doesn't give me much.
Oh, somebody-
But he gave me a dub today. Let's go, Gager.
You're that guy.
First, you give him $11,000 over the next 10 years, and now you randomly give him the mitt?
Follow the money.
Unbelievable, Gager.
Follow the money.
Unbelievable.
I will do anything for clients, Dusty. You know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you going to do next week when we've all won the same amount of times?
Oh, it's a clash of the Titans.
Yeah, it would be. That's right.
Bring it.
Yeah,
Bring
that's
it.
good. Well, congratulations, Trev. You're pretty excited over there. Yeah, Trev's pretty excited.
I haven't won in almost 2 months.
All right, Gager. We will see you around later, buddy.
Can't wait.
All right, there you go. That's Joaquin Gage.
Take that to Acme Meats today.
2 guys and a goalie.
Your celebration
Corey
tour.
the Bush would love to see that.
Celebration tour.
I just might.
Show the people the mitt, Trev. Show the people the mitt. Look at the happy face, happy face YouTube Trev today.
Feast your eyes. Look at this. Boom.
Oh, there it is.
You can't see me.
There it is.
It's nice to get back in the dub. The W column. Yep.
All right, 780-218-9999. Congratulations to Trev. So we all have 2 dubs this year?
Yep.
Is that what it is? Oh, that's
I think that's the
very
two.
evenly matched. Very evenly matched scalding hunt takes.
Yes.
Maddie, who's on the hangout today? All right, Jasmine, Brendan. Is Tommy not in? Oh, is he going to do pre and post? Oh, okay. He was on location? Yeah. He'll be on location.
That's for
Tommy's
you
here.
nasties.
Westgate tonight. Westgate Boston Pizza tonight with Tom Gazzola. But I would suggest not going up and kissing him on the lips.
None of that.
Even
today,
though he probably
sadly
wants you to
enough.
go up
Yeah.
and kiss him on the lips. All right, let's get into. I'm going to hit that's good. I'm going to hit that's good quickly because I know everybody will get frustrated with the LeBron stuff I'm about to hammer out there. But the dude's having a phenomenal season in year 22. Anyway, well, I'll hit it quickly. Calm down, everybody. We got the orange and blue breakfast coming up, but just a couple of things that I wanted to get to. That's good for the Italian Center. Here's the best part about this. For that's good. The Italian Center just signed on for another year with Edmonton Sports Talk. That's the best. That's the best. Look, man, we were good bang for your buck for a lot of companies in this city, and Italian Center realizes that, and they're going to stick around for another 12 months. So that's a good. The Italian Center, a proud member of the EST family. And to be honest with you, the Italian Center just it just naturally, organically comes up in conversation around the office. Like everybody's always like, oh yeah, I was at the Italian Center. Like we all are there all the time. So it's awesome to have them stay on board. So that's good.
You should start using the place to do more business.
I should actually,
because it's a nice little cafe area in there.
But it's very busy.
Yeah, well,
like I would worry if I booked a meeting there and then we got there
and
it's just there's like no seats because it's so packed.
Into the car.
They need to buy what's the diamond place in the corner there with the annoying commercial. Is that not right there? Is that
there
one?
used to be a bank in there in the drive-through. Now they put the pillars like you can't drive through the drive-through.
You know what? Confession.
Yeah.
I drive through that drive-through just to be a badass in my truck. I do. And when Tammy's with me, she looks at me like I just robbed the bank. She's like, "Don't do that, you a-hole." I'm like, "Calm down. I'm in a truck. I can drive through this drive-through that says you shouldn't drive through it." So anyway, it's awesome. The Italian Centers. They support us. Go support them. Multiple locations. And the website has the great recipes. If you're like stumbling for dinner, what do I do tonight? Hop on the website. You'll see. You swing on by. They have everything over there. Here's where I want to just let me have this moment for 2 minutes, and then we'll get to the Orange and Blue Breakfast. But LeBron James is 40 years old. He's in year 22.
He's a man.
And he is second in the NBA in fourth quarter points so far this season. Only Trae Young is higher in fourth quarter points. Like this guy in year 22 is still just locking it down in the fourth quarter better than pretty much anybody in the entire league, which is insane. This is not like prime LeBron James. This is in his 22nd season as a 40-year-old LeBron James. And only one guy in the league is scoring more points in the fourth quarter than him. The other thing that's very impressive is that since the beginning of January, LeBron has the 7th best defensive rating in the entire league. There are 6 players in the last 2 months who have played better defense than LeBron James. Think about that for a second. There's a reason for him to be grinding out there defensively, but he is. And it's led to a turnaround for the team. And now he's got Luka, and they're going to have Luka or LeBron on the floor the entire game. Lakers are going to be a handful. They're going to be a handful. And it's ridiculous. Year 22, 40 years old, second most points in the fourth quarter all season in the league, and the 7th best defensive rating for the last 2 months.
Mike, the Michigan fan who brought in the riblets yesterday that Maddie didn't eat, maybe he should show up the first 3 quarters in the game.
No, see, here's the thing. He could if he wanted, but he involves his teammates for the first 3 quarters. And then when it's time to be like, hey, who's going to win this game for us? He still puts on the crown and delivers the dub, which is pretty impressive.
He can turn it on and off whenever he wants.
Yeah.
The Oilers, not so much.
But no, the Oilers, like, good transition. The Oilers should be turning it back on here right away, too.
Well,
like, enough of this. Enough of this struggling. This guy's in his 22nd year. Look what he's doing.
He can. With ease.
Anyway, 780-218-9999. I just had to get that taken care of. Now we can move along and refocus on the hockey game tonight. That's good for the Italian Center. They've signed on for another year with us, and a huge shout out to the whole crew over there. And there are still some talks about doing that show in front of the cheese wall in Sherwood Park, which I think would be a lot of fun.
Dusty, your Lakers are going to be like Maddie's Yankees. Crap the bed. The funny part is it's not even... Maddie's the Lakers fan. You're a LeBron fan. And everybody thinks you're like the Lakers guy.
Well, yeah, Maddie's the Lakers guy. With that being said, even when LeBron retires, I'm a Lakers guy now because they got Luka. Like, if they keep Luka around...
Yeah, but you're the Lakers guy.
But did you say since 2000? Yeah, but that's like 2/3 of your life. Yeah. Yeah, that's your team. Yeah.
It's just funny. It's your team.
You know, I'm a LeBron guy. But will you have me post LeBron? Yeah. Like Luka. Luke? Uke's a Laker fan now too? Of course. God, I love it.
Of course.
Yeah, that's great news.
That's great news. You're all front runners. Front runner, Maddie.
All right, let's get into the Orange and Blue Breakfast for GCL Diesel. Oilers and Panthers tonight. Can they flip the switch? They have to. I mean, if they play the way they've played these last 3 games in a rematch of the Stanley Cup final in Florida, where Game 7 was, I don't even know what I'll say tomorrow on the show, to be honest with you.
No Kachuk.
It's not a must win, but you kind of feel like they got to have it. You know, it's
if they lose, but bring the effort. If they bring the game, if it's a tight, hotly contested battle, and they come out on the wrong side, it could be somewhat forgiven. But you need to show up. You need to turn that light switch on.
Orange and Blue Breakfast brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they're the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and the Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. All right, here's your project. Well, look, we don't even have...
Ekblad in goal.
What's that? Yeah, starting in net tonight for the Florida Panthers, Ekblad. Congratulations, Owen. You win.
Wins again.
I don't know what to say for the Oilers lines. Like, they didn't practice yesterday. There's no way they run back the god-awful lines that were put together over the weekend. Well, there's got to be some sort of
tell
new
us
look
what
here.
you would do. And as Luke Gazdic shared his thoughts, having Nuge up to L1, right? Like,
I'll tell you what I do with this group. I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I do with this group right now. McDavid, Hyman, Nuge, Draisaitl. Draisaitl with Savoy, but like I don't even like anybody else to throw. You know what?
Yeah.
No, I do. Draisaitl, Savoy, and Skinner.
Okay.
Adam Henrique.
Now
with Matthias Janmark and Victor Arvidsson. And no, that's not going to work. Who's going to center the fourth line then? Okay, so it'll be Adam Henrique with Podkolzin and Arvidsson, and then Janmark with Connor Brown and Corey Perry, and I'd scratch Kapanen.
Okay.
So what was that again? I forget what I just said. McDavid between Hyman and Nuge, Draisaitl with Savoy and Skinner, Podkolzin with Henrique and Connor Brown, and then Matthias Janmark between Corey Perry and Arvidsson. And I'd almost scratch Arvidsson. Nah, I'd probably take Kapanen out. Anyway, we'll see what they do. I don't know where I'm going to come out on. Oh, McDavid and Draisaitl together. The Oilers are loading them up right off the. And as Trev said, it hasn't really worked that much this year. So
yeah.
I have a feeling that's what they'll do, and I'm not a supporter of it in this situation. Let's take a look at the Florida Panthers. Obviously, no Kachuk. Barkov with Reinhart and Verhaeghe. Canadian sweetheart, Sam Bennett with Rodrigue and Samoskevich. Lundell, Sordiff, and Boqvist. Nosek, Gadjevic, and AJ Greer. Forsling, Ekblad, surprisingly playing right shot
they got
D
him
tonight.
on the blue line.
Mikula, Kulikov, Balinskis, and Nate Schmidt. As for a list of guys who aren't tough enough to play hockey tonight, let's get to your injury report. Brought to you by Podium Physiotherapy. Knee pain from that nagging ACL injury, hip or shoulder pain slowing you down, back pain after a long day of work, they've got you covered. Whether it's a sports injury, post-op recovery, or the wear and tear of everyday life, the expert team is here to get you back on track at Podium Physiotherapy. Unlock the athlete in you. Who can't go tonight, Rick, on both sides of this thing?
Well, you mentioned for the Panthers, of course, Kachuk and Eetu Luosterainen. He's listed as day-to-day. And for the Oilers, much of the same. Evander Kane and Alec Regula both listed as out.
Couple pretty big pieces out. I like Luosterainen.
Yeah.
Great player. And obviously without Kachuk, you'd like to see the Oilers take this game tonight. All right, Rick. What's your key to a victory here?
Show up.
Try.
I know it's a little lame. I mean, a big key for a victory tonight is Kachuk not playing too. I mean, we all know what he can bring, and for the purpose of this show and the song we play and everything. Did he pop up in the chat earlier today? I don't know, but
I saw El Doncic pop up in the chat moments ago. I don't know how guys turn this thing around so quickly. It's very impressive.
It's very good. But yeah, I mean, bringing an effort, I just it can't be, can it? What we saw in Tampa.
If it is what it is in Tampa, I will not blame Oilers fans for being really pissed off and very concerned.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, step it up.
And panic, the P word that we were tossing around earlier today. But I mean, again, whether it translates to a W tonight or not, you do want to see something. You do want to see a bit of a level of effort in it and ratcheting it up in the gears. So, yeah, show up and, maybe it does take a Stanley Cup Finals rematch to kind of get things going. Janmark's likes playing there, doesn't he? Remember, he got the goal. Game 1 or 3 or whatever it was.
He scored the only goal in Game 7.
Yeah, that's the one.
But it's on Skinner. They lost the cup final. Yeah. All right, my game day prediction. This sounds like a bit of a stretch at this point, but I think I'm going to go Bouchard power play goal. I think I'm going to do it. I think tonight.
I mean, it's easy money taking the assist.
Yeah, but we're on it. We got the parlay already.
Yeah.
Bouchard point, Draisaitl over 1.5. Oilers win plus 400, 4-1. So you bet $10, you're winning $40 on this. You can get that over at CoolBet. I'm gonna go Bouchard power play goal tonight to get off the schneid officially.
Love it.
I think it's time.
The kiss of death. The dusty seal of
the lock of the week.
It's going to hit.
How does
it's
going to
hit.
have a power play goal yet? It's
kind of miraculous. It's but again, leading in assists.
Let's get to your snow report from Armid Basin.
Not a selfish player.
Find out what's happening at the Hill. SkiMarmot.com for all the details. Give us Freshie.
So stoked. Like, winter's here. I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
I'm so stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
And you've got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of Freshie on top.
I want to meet this Kelsey. Kelsey sends it in. She sounds like a very cool, snowboard person.
Well, and look, day to day, they're just sending you reports. She went the extra distance to help me with the weekly rankings of power. They're good people up there.
I feel like she always has ski boots on. It's snowing up at Marmot today. They're fired up about this. She even says, yeehaw! It's coming down pretty good. Accumulation to be determined. Snowing so much that they don't even know how much they're going to get. More snow in the forecast on Sunday and Monday as well. 85 centimeter snow base right now with 195 centimeters season total. It's -4 in the upper mountain. Forecast high today is -5. 21 runs were groomed overnight, and they've got a great mix of groomers and off-piste runs. What is this? Conditions around the mountain are awesome, and the fresh snow is going to make it even better. All the chairs are spinning today, and it's going to be an epic one. Only at Marmot.
Makes my day.
Okay, wait, stop. We got to talk about this. What is off P-I-S-T-E?
Off-piste translates from French to mean off track. If you ski off-piste, you won't be on mapped, marked runs. Look at it.
Why don't they just say off track then?
Well, because it's, a prey ski. Everything's got a bit of a, But Kelsey, again, with the bank, I mean, the terminology, just every day you're learning a little something from these reports.
I really appreciate it.
And the use of the emojis. I mean, the cowboy emoji with the yeehaw.
I'm almost to the point where I could fake it up there. Where are you guys going to be today? Okay, I'm going to go off Piste. And then I'll meet you back down at the lodge.
At the chalet.
Right? Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
The lodge.
That's how I would, that's how I do it, I think.
Evan Bouchard in the chat. And Kachuk as well.
Oh, boy. What are they saying?
Getting wild in there.
They're arguing with each other. I just hope.
The Rappaport Schultz thing all over again.
I just hope Bouchard doesn't tap out tonight. The all-time softest move in NHL history. Let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, that was pretty bad.
It's like what you did during trivia this morning with Owen.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. www.williamhuff.com. If you want your place to look as good as ours, get it done. Bruce and the team. They'll come by your office. They'll just put this up on your wall, and you should actually ask them to put this up on your wall.
I wonder if they do
this
those
wrap that we have, the exact same one in your office.
I want a wall. I want one of those forest landscapes where it feels like it's a forever wall. Like you can just walk into
going.
there. Yeah.
You keep hitting it all the time.
Bruce could probably do that.
You can do anything. Yeah. They've been doing it since the 50s. We're in the 20s now. Think about that. All right, what did we learn on the show today, guys?
What we learned, we're all even now in takes, 2 apiece. Next Thursday should be a real Real banger.
A bloodbath.
In terms of news from this morning, not much.
Learned that Trev is really battling this. Oh, Trev, you had to do it, eh? Trev, if you're watching, if you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Now put Dusty's face over Bouchard's.
Trev just threw up a photo of Bouchard getting tapped out by Ekblad.
Get real tight in there.
Kind of summarized.
Tighten that frame.
Summarized the series, I guess, last year. But not tonight. You know what? Bouchard, off the draw, should fist fight Aaron Ekblad tonight. Hey?
Sure.
I could see a situation where the puck comes to Bouchard and he drops his gloves and it goes by him and they get a breakaway and score, and Ekblad didn't even want to fight him. The ultimate turnover.
Evan Bouchard in the nasty chat. Now that's just mean. That's rude.
8 points in his last 8 games.
Yeah, that's good.
Tighten up some of these other things. You got a stud on your hands.
Leading the team in power play assists. Alone at the top.
And taps.
It's kind of crazy that he has more power play assists than McDavid.
He leads be a little more selfish though. And the goals will come. He's an unselfish guy.
All right, let's get to your sound of the day today. Sound of the day. I'll go back to that one bet I hit a couple of times today. This thing just this remix really hits, doesn't it?
I can't believe it.
My name is Jeff.
Makes my day.
Cool story, Hansel.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Inconceivable.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
$8.57, that is your sound of the day. Text of the day today. We had a lot of good texts today. I was getting torched for part of the show today. Understandably so. I'm not even going to fight it. RBM, I think we're going to go with. The Oilers picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Nice.
Got you on the airplane.
Yeah, got me on the airplane there. RBM, congratulations, buddy. You've won text of the day for A&W, and you're going to win a gift certificate to A&W. Swing on by, pick it up. Oh, it is game day.
We forgot. Yeah.
Mama Burger and fries, just $5.
It's great.
It's been that way all season. It's a fantastic deal. Single stackers $3.99, double stackers $4.99, triple stacker $5.99. Available at Canada's original burger chain since 1956. Head to A&W today. A lot of fun on the show today, boys. Tomorrow's show is also, it's either going to be amazing or we're just going to be putting out fires all morning.
You promised onion peeling if it goes south tonight.
Yeah, I did. I did say we can look under the hood a bit.
Look under the hood.
Because it'll be a week. Look, if they lose tonight and it's ugly, tomorrow's a week away from the deadline.
Yep.
It's time for Jackson and Bowman to sit up on that little pot and piss on it or get off.
Fire up that old insider phone.
Oh, boy. Woo! It'll be good. Hangouts coming up next. Did you say Brendan? Another dose of Brendan? Are they going to be doing the Rubik's Cube thing today?
Yeah.
Did he bring it in?
I hope so.
Hey, did you guys bring in the Rubik's Cube? Yes.
Yeah.
Brendan does Rubik's Cube next on the Hangout. Yeah, apparently he's very good at it.
You just remove one of the squares. You get a screwdriver and you take it off. Then you can take them all off.
I saw a video the other day pop up on TikTok or Instagram. It was like, anybody can solve this in these 48 moves. And it's like, no matter what you do, it gets you back around to the dub. But we'll see how it works out. All right. For YouTube, Trev and Lieutenant Eric, I am Dustin Nielson. I'll be back in the lock shop at 11. Hangouts coming up. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, I'll be firing up in less than 5 minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on autoplay. That'll take you right on over to the Hangout. Should be a good one today. We'll talk to you at 11 o'clock a little bit later on. Take it easy.